You suffer because you can't even show the people who you really are. That's why I'm making this album the real me. Because I want people to know this is the real me, in love or not in love or however it is. This is the real me and how I feel.
So I ain't gonna lie to you, that little clip has kind of scared some diehard Future fans, and it may just depend on who you are. So, and again, of course, I mean, just that little clip alone, of course, you're gonna see a bunch of women in the comment section dragging Future. He too old to even be talking like that, behaving like that. But I'm talking about this is, of course, just a rollout and a promo for the music, where it's like, and I even again when I was just outside getting my miles in the day, I just let the essentials of Future play. And I think we talked about this before. Like, what artists are you cool, or which artists do you like enough to allow just there? Like, if you just went and hit shuffle just on their music or their essentials, whatever Apple Music may have from them, did you go okay with just letting it rock out? But again, for Future, I kind of on the fence. Like that first song he just put out as a single, I was kind of like, I don't necessarily know. Like, that's not something that I'm honestly looking for from a Future project. Y'all know I kind of more enjoy up-tempo Future. Not sitting here saying that Future, when he get into his melodic bag and he do his singing, he be having some hits and he be having some good songs. Is like, but I just kind of just don't know where it's like. And again, like, I know how Future moves. So maybe even if he dropped this and it's just on some super lovey-dovey stuff and people don't take to it as like they didn't with the other ones. Because I remember when I said something about when he dropped the whatever the joint with him and Metro, and I was like, I don't know. Then he came back with a deluxe version of that, and he kind of made it a little bit more up-tempo. Then he came back with the Pluto mixtape. So I do think Future kind of one thing, he keep enough music in the tuck where he kind of can just see how the audience is. And it's not just about the numbers, because of course the joint with the like that, what was that? Whatever the joint with him and Metro, and it had like that on, the numbers went crazy. But he knew his core audience really just wasn't feeling that album like where maybe mainstream America may have liked it in the Billboard charts again, because even shout out to Future, where I seen a stat where it was like he's the only artist outside of Taylor Swift and Drake, I want to say, they got like over 200 something songs that had charted on the Billboard charts or have entered the Billboard charts. So again, like I said, and realistically in the era that we in the Taylor Swift and in the Drake era, that is something that, again, because people kind of, again, because Future's not like, you don't really know what box to put Future in, because he's not some super great lyrical miracle type of rapper. And then it's kind of where it's just like, for a long time, it was like almost just like you had to really have a taste for like the people put him in that bag, like the mumble rappers and stuff like that. So again, I think Future, just because he doesn't do a lot of interviews and he's not super lyrical, I do think that a lot of people don't give him the credit that he deserves. So again, I'm looking forward to the new Future project that dropped this Friday, July 10th. And again, like I said, I mean, it could, and that realistically, that just could be a snippet. He may not literally have no type of lovey-dovey music. It may be just some hardcore, straight street anthems to turn up for the summertime.
That's what he led off with when he first did it, right? Remember when he was going, what was that when he got into it? When he first announced it? Wasn't it something? It was something he did.
He just, I mean, when he first announced it,
it was a minute ago when he announced it. I can't remember what happened. It was something that happened. And he was just like, yeah, this is why.
I don't know, because he kind of been quiet for a minute. Because you think about his brother got locked up, then Young Scooter passed last year. So I don't. He ain't really.
It was something that he promoted. It was something like with the women. It was something that happened. I can't remember what was the last thing he.
I can't remember, because I feel like he kind of been quiet for a little
before
bit.
He cut his hair. It was something, like I said, before all that.
Yeah, I don't even think he put out no music since he cut his hair. Have he?
Yeah, I mean the FIFA joint and
then the Drake feature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those might be the only two things. And real quick, because it's just something, because we talked about this before, where we were talking about just like, how do men show up for other men when they kind of just like, if you got a homeboy, he just going through something like mentally and just tapped out. So of course, yesterday was 4th of July. My homeboy Dwight, he texted me and he was like, man, you going to church tomorrow? And sometimes, and again, because I've been going to church long enough, it's almost like, where it's almost damn near just like your favorite sports shows, where it's like, some of them take off. Like, you may not see Stephen A on First Take and this, that, and the third, where it's like anything that's a business where it's kind of consistently ran all year long. Even I know people may not, if you don't go to church enough, you probably don't pay attention to that. But a lot of pastors, they even take their days off where they don't sit here and show up. So but again, I kind of just like, he don't never ask me to go to church. So I cannot sit here and say I'm not going to go, but I kind of already knew what we was going to get. Because again, if you follow whatever your favorite pastor is on YouTube, I'm sure 9 times out of 10, they ain't on there. If you go to their YouTube page, I like Pastor Mike. His brother like that. So it's a little bit, their situation is a little bit different. But again, a lot of pastors take the summertime off. They'll allow other people to come in, and you kind of can judge it from, if you want to kind of judge where, I guess realistically, where your money go from the church. Some churches will pay to have better speakers come and take place. But again, like I said, I showed up for him and it was like, all right, cool, we'll go to the junk. And I kind of knew that it was just going to be like cheeks, just because I've been going to church long enough to know, like, the pastor that they're gonna have come and fill in through the summertime, it just ain't gonna hit on nothing. But again, with like I said, just with all that being said, is I brung it up because sometimes we don't know how to show up for people. And then you kind of got to know, like, even when you may not be, if you really call yourself a real friend, even when you may not be in the mood to do something, especially for men, especially if you know you got homeboys that don't realistically never really ask you for nothing, or they don't sit here and try to like vent to you unless it's something like extreme, you kind of got to still be able to realistically, even if you're not in the mood to show up, or even if you're not, if you mentally like, bro, I wasn't planning to go to church. One, it's extremely hot outside. And then two, I know realistically, it's just the message was kind of gonna be mid, just because I knew my pastor wasn't gonna be there. But still, it's cool. It's like you going through something, you need to sit here and just go to church, and cool. I'll sit here and just thug it out with you, and I'll go just off the strength. But again, like I said, that's just something that for people who don't. And I guess it's kind of crazy, but again, because I think we all put pastors in a different bubble where you kind of just be like. And I'm sure they understand the business of it, where it's like, damn, how don't you show up during the summertime? But maybe, again, they probably figure so many other people be on vacation and stuff like that. So if it's like, if I don't have no other time to really get in vacation mode, especially because, again, think about doing all the other major holidays. A lot of the other major holidays realistically are tied to church, where summertime holidays is more tied to damn near realistically, being honest, is politics. And we can tie that in like 2 seconds when we sit here and talk about the things that happened in the DC area over the weekend. And that was one of the reasons why, again, if y'all forgot, or maybe I think the audio kind of got messed up, maybe what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago, whenever Trump did the UFC jump outside of the White House, where I sit here and told people, like, bro, if you're not getting paid to go into DC and you was black, you should not have went into DC. And maybe I should have even sit here and said that again last week. I mean, coming into the July 4th weekend, because it's just like, you're going to have to wait. It's going to be a couple of minutes. It's going to be a couple of minutes before you kind of actually be able to sit here and say, as a black person on 4th of July, I'm going back into downtown DC. Because I'm sure by the time the week is over, I'm sure that young lady who was on the Metro bus probably realistically will be doing interviews. I know for a fact, I'm sure every major news outlet is probably reaching out to her, trying to just get her to do an interview or something to see just where her mindset was. But again, like I said, just for men in general, man, just make sure you show up for your friends. Like when you have your friends and they kind of just like, and I guess that's the rough thing for men, because you kind of never really want to hear or listen to another man being vulnerable, where it's like, because I'd be like, I don't necessarily even know what to say for you. I can't say nothing. That's why realistically, the church for me, I guess, is the empty option or the gym. Now, those would be two, like the empty options where we really don't have to have too much conversation. Because I feel like the older you get, you kind of know, like, man, life just going life. And I don't realistically have the answers, because I'm not trying to be super, I ain't trying to be super preachy to you. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you to like, stop drinking and this, that, and the third. Because that was the first thing he said, man, you're the only person I can hit up. I can hit anybody up to go to the bar with me, but I can't ask nobody else to go to church. And which, again, that to me, I mean, and I kind of understand it, because that's not I don't feel like too many people probably have that many people that you could just reach out to. But at the same time, it make you just be like, you probably got to start making a little bit better changes the older you get, and kind of understand where it's like, I could maybe got to start weaving some people out, because it's like that shouldn't be a thing. Like, and again, I understand that a lot of people don't go to church as much as they may have used to when they was kids, but I just realistically don't feel like you should have a bunch of people I can text to go get some drinks, but I can't text a bunch of people to go to church. Like, that to me is kind of nuts. Or text a bunch of people to be like, hey, can I go to
friend group is that way?
Yeah, then you should probably realistically reevaluate your friend group.
But I don't think it's the reevaluation. If you wasn't in the church from the get-go, how would you have a lot of friends that sent to church?
Because then my question would be is, how do you ever kind of open the door for yourself to be able to mature as an adult when you kind of keeping your circle the same? Like, if everybody in your circle and nobody's not making that change to sit here and kind of better themselves, and I ain't sitting here saying it got to be just off of some church stuff. It could be the gym, it could be whatever. But I do think realistically, especially for men, it's like, where do you find a place to kind of go to kind of like mentally kind of recompress yourself and kind of just change the way you thinking and the way maybe your energy that you kind of surrounding? Because again, that to me is, I feel like it's a lot of men who don't have that option.
I think when you look at it like even with me, like, all right, I might have been the first one out of my friend group that had kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, all right, my kids are older now. So it's not like, hey, yeah, like, invite me to the birthday party. Like, my kids are older. So it's kind of like I said, the way how you might look at it, like, I'm not going to say, well, let me text, such and such, but like their kids are young. I think everybody, like I said, they're way church wise. I don't feel like, that's not a thing that everybody always like, damn, everybody, go to church. So that's why I say, I feel like the church thing is kind of just like, I really don't have nobody probably go to church. So it's probably harder for you to sit here and be like, well, let me reach out to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like, a lot of people got different beliefs. A lot of people Muslim or whatever the case may be. So who can you really, you know what I'm saying? You the only, like I said, out of that friend, you the only person that probably.
No, for sure. I mean, and again, I don't mind being that person, but again, I do think just realistically, just as a man, sometimes it make you just be like, damn, that's kind of like tough. I mean, and again, I think I did have a different mental discipline where it's easier for me to just kind of cut people off and kind of just lock in. But when you listening to another man kind of just like really kind of get your issue off and you kind of just be like, damn, I feel for you. But it's like some of those things those issues and problems you have, it comes where it's like, you kind of have to be strong enough to see and say, it's time for me to make a mental discipline where it's like, I gotta kind of maybe try. I mean, even if you don't want to change even if you don't want to change your friend group, you kind of got to be okay with sitting here and starting to cut some people off. Where it's like, my friend group shouldn't be, I could text 100 people, let's go get a drink. And I only can text one person to be like, hey, let's go to church. Like that to me is kind of nuts. Like, it don't matter how you want to dress it up. You kind of got to figure out, do I still need, I'm not saying you need to go add 100 people to like, hey, can I go to church with you? No, you can still keep it at one person, but I may need to cut down some of those 100 out of the people who I can just go get a drink with. Do I really need to have 100 friends that I go get a drink with and I only got one friend I can go to church with? That to me is nuts.
Can you go to church and not be vocal about it too?
What you mean?
Like certain people I might go to church every Sunday, but I just don't have a poster or nobody know that I go to church. Can you be that person too?
Yeah, I think you can. I think you could be that person, but I think if you were in that person actually friends, I think that you would know if your friend go to church or not, or if your friend got any type of spiritual beliefs, regardless, whatever it is. Like if y'all friends, yeah. If you just somebody I don't know, if you just somebody I'm following on social media, yeah, I'm sure I wouldn't know. And then again, I'm not, listen, like I said, for me, I'm not mad that you asked me because one, I'm a man. So we're going to go into church. We're going to sit all the way at the top. Nigga, you going to sit on that side. I'm going to sit on this side. You going to be in here with me, but you going to be in here by yourself. So whatever you got going on, you can figure it out. And now again, I think the church was a little too hot. That's why I don't really bang with church during the summertime. Like the older I get, I think summer is overrated. The older that heat is too much, dog. And 4th of July is my favorite holiday just off the strength of the food, just because. But the older you get, like, bro, you can't even appreciate it. Like, I don't even have no appetite. Like, realistically, for people who be like, make your summer body in the wintertime, man, that's BS. Make your summer body during the summertime and just hold on to it and keep that routine. Because I guarantee you, if you go outside in that heat, bro, that heat got a different type of crack in it. I swear to God, I have not been hungry for real all week. And maybe that's why I've been a little bit more tired. If you go outside, get your miles in, bro, that heat wear your ass out. You got to take a nap, dog. I don't want nothing to eat. I literally had one hamburger yesterday. It was too hot, dog. It's like, it's straight. Nah, come on, dog. I'm cool. Like, I'm waiting. Like, when people be like, I can't wait for the wintertime and the fall. Yeah, I appreciate it. The older I get, bring fall me, wintertime me, please. It's too hot outside, dog. That 100 and something degrees, like, you can't drink nothing but water. No, you know how hot it is outside when you could drink a whole gallon of water and don't gotta pee. That's a different level of heat. Like, it don't matter how crazy you got, unless you got your AC damn near touching 50, it's still gonna be hot in there. And it's just gonna be uncomfortable. So again, like I said, that's just my only thing. And my last little rant that I would sit here and say before we get into I can't wait for the shot to be over because it's dead there. Like, yeah. And then, you know what the sad thing is? I hate this show's gotta end like that. Like, either because I feel like something, and I don't want to sit here and say, I don't want to just sit and say it's a black thing when it comes to black shows. And we could talk about it in a second, but I just like, I mean, of course, 50 Cent with the BMF thing, he was beefing with Lil Meech and Big Meech, so I kind of understood why they ended it the way they did. But with the way the Shy going off right now, it's like you kind of losing the value of the show. Like, the Shy was supposed to be one of them shows that had like substance in it, and it's like now it's like, bro, this is the last season. You can't sit here and try to go to like, why this show feel like I'm watching like a fake ass gangster show now?
But it's been like that.
I feel like it had more substance in it though. Like,
never had an identity. You gotta think about it. When you first started off, what was your, you know what I'm saying? Like, you bounced around too many stories. You never really had a true identity.
I can't say that because I feel like even when Keisha got kidnapped and stuff, it had like, that show had substance. Like, it hit
right. So you was basing off of what's name, right?
Put your mic up a little bit.
What's my man that left?
Jason, but he wasn't there when she got kidnapped.
No, I'm talking about the brother.
Which brother?
Oh,
the little brother.
Oh, Keisha brother.
Okay. That's who was basing it off of, pretty much, right?
In the beginning.
Him
and his friend.
Everything pretty much is based off of him, his friend group, everything that was surrounding him.
You might got a point.
So
But I feel like even last year
gone,
still, I feel like last year still had
gone,
some
it's
type of
just like-
substance. Like, bro, I just feel like this year to me, and you might be right. Maybe I can't really fresh my memory as much, but it just feel like, bro, this show was just so like.
In the beginning, it started off like, I guess you would say, has substance. But then once the brother left and they wrote the other dude out and they bought Reg and they bought Triggin, it kind of went more toward gangster.
Yeah, and again, I guess sometimes when I'm watching, I'm like, all right, you kind of got to remember this is supposed to be a show based out of Chicago, but it's like, if I go on YouTube and I watch a Chicago, and the reason why I want to tie that in, because I want to just sit here and give The Wire a lot of credit. But if I go on YouTube right now and just put in some like Chicago documentary, so that's why sometimes with some of these storylines, if you don't pay attention to Chicago, some of that shit do seem like it's a little bit too like, come on, what are we doing on the shot? But then I got to remember, like, all right, this is supposed to be on Chicago. A lot of people in Chicago be on this type of time, but it still just make it seem like.
I mean, because I don't really watch what's name like that, but like it's like the Chicago PD or the Chicago Med shows. Are they like that?
I know I ain't never seen none of them, so I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to answer that one. But if you watch, I'm telling you, if you watch anything on YouTube about Chicago, it's really on some gangster shit. So I kind of understand why you got to kind of tie that element in. But I feel like The Chi as a show, it never really linked in like, oh, this is supposed to be like, this ain't supposed to be Chirac. This supposed to be Chicago. So it's supposed to, like, again, to me, I felt like this was my show that had substance. Like when I want to watch some gangster shit, I'm going to cut on a 50 Cent show. Like when I watch Raising Kanan give me what Raising Kanan is supposed to. The Chi right now, I'm just like, what the hell am I watching?
They're trying to tie up all the loose ends for the story.
You feel like they tied them in good?
No.
This shit is bad. And I know nobody don't want to say it because it's The Chi. It's a black show. It's leaning away. We supposed to be going. But we gonna keep watching it because it ain't nothing but 3 episodes left. But I'm watching it right now and it feel like I'm pulling teeth.
No, it's not. This season wasn't a good season. It's not this.
And we
been a good season.
That's what I'm about to say. That's what I'm saying. So because last year we was complaining like we felt like, damn, is it about to be over? Because last year it felt like they was rushing it and it's supposed to be over. Now it's like, well, maybe y'all should have just let it end last year because now it's like, y'all, how did we go from everybody loving Keisha to now she probably like one of the most annoying people on TV? Like she be pissing me off. I'm like, what are we doing, dog? Like, there's no way in hell you sitting here like she is acting, and now that she found out that Nuck is dead, she acting like Nuck was some goddamn saint, like he was a pastor.
That's because she don't have no. Well, I mean, he was a gangster from the beginning, so yeah, I don't know.
Like that shit just be throwing me off. Where it's like even for and that's why I kind of like. And Emmett just kind of too timid and he too soft, so he can't never really put his foot down. Because he even sit here and said, well, let me talk to Bakari first and let me kind of hear his side of the story because he know that Nuck is supposed to be a gangster. Why you can't cry over a gangster getting killed? I don't give a fuck if you got a baby with him or not. Like she was acting like this nigga was some type of saint. Like he ain't no saint, dog. What the, like have we been watching this show together? Does she not know who this nigga was? Like you used to go see this nigga at a trap house. What the fuck are we talking about? Like why she acting like somebody done this nigga an injustice? Like he was paying taxes. Like he was a good. Like man, get the fuck out of here. He should be blowing the shit out of me. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. She make that show just super hard to watch and didn't fucking nail
Tiff do too.
Yeah, she thinks she's somebody else, but it's
like
like
she's turning into like the new Alicia.
But you know the crazy thing is where that one type that I mean the sad thing is realistically. It's 2 ways you can kind of take somebody getting their first body. It can either pipe you up or it can make you sit here and run to the church. And for her, it's just piping her up. She's just getting an adrenaline rush where like, oh, this shit ain't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
But it is hard because she feel real, but she felt guilty about it. And it shows with her trying to pay for the wedding.
No, I don't think she feel guilty about killing him. I think she feel guilty that the way Keisha acting about it.
Right. So, but then she said, I mean, she kind of seemed like she regretted doing it because, like she said, it didn't make her feel no better.
That come with it then. Because you tied up to it, you know who it. I mean, that comes with that, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but real quick, I do want to tie this in. The reason why I wanted to sit here and say about The Wire because you're talking about just shows where it's like, and I know I done talked about this before, but I do think realistically for people. Not just to go back and watch it for yourself as an adult, but if you got younger kids who maybe like, let's just sit here and say 10 and over, anybody 10 and over, I would sit here and say, watch The Wire with your kid and kind of make them sit here and almost like, especially if your kid's not super into reading and stuff and you trying to figure out different ways to keep them busy during the summertime and have them write about different characters. And the reason why I want to say that, because the character development in the actual Wire, when you kind of look at it and it kind of just reminds you on how real life can actually hit you. Because the perfect example is for Matt Wild's character he played Michael. where it was like he really wasn't like if you watch how his character ended up developing and becoming like this super serious street dude, where it was like that's not how he was at first. Like he was very standoffish. He was very quiet. He was kind of like timid. Even when he used to box, he used to just he didn't ever want to spar with nobody. He'd go to the boxing gym and just punch and like just work on the punching bag by himself with him and his little group of friends. He really wasn't like on nothing for real. But then it was like life started to happen towards him when his mother brought back his brother's father, and the brother's father molested him when he was a kid, and that shit kind of just rubbed him the wrong way that his mother had the audacity to bring him back into the house, and that kind of like piped him up a little bit, because then that's what made him sit here and get into bed and start hanging with Chris and Snoop. So watching that show where it kind of just allowed you to remember, and then even if you watch his little man, what's his man name? The tall little awkward dude who was super smart with the bush, where he was like, no, you'll never know, like, again, because all of these people still just went about their normal everyday life, but it was like they had so much stuff going on in their homes by themselves. Like they were all, and you could kind of see it, like all of them wore it a little bit different. Like with a smart dude where it was like, man, his life was so bad that the teacher had to sit here and help clean him up. And the crazy thing is, like, he was so bad that the principal noticed it and asked the teacher, pulled the teacher to the side and was like, hey, are you I forgot, damn, man. It's not Nathan. What was his name? I forgot what his name was, but she asked the teacher, like, hey, are you looking out for him, cleaning him up? Because I can see his clothes look clean now. He smelled better, whatever the case may be. And the teacher was going out his way to sit here and like gave him a key so he can go into like down into like the locker room and stuff, whatever, where he could take a shower. He was washing his clothes for him. And it was like, damn, it's so many people who can be into a school and be going through this thing. And the reason why I sit here and say, like, allow your kids to watch it, because it can allow your kids to really see where it's like maybe your life is super, it could be perfect, and you never understand how you could be in school with somebody and one, to be careful on how you tease people, because again, for Michael, he ended up becoming a cold-blooded killer. And that to me, that scenario is so common and is so normal, where if you know people who live in the hood, they'll tell you, it'll be like nigga that some people probably used to pick on, and then he end up being the boogeyman of the neighborhood when he get a little bit older, his nuts drop, and he kind of, again, going back into what we saw with the shot, after you get your first body, everybody kind of react to it differently. With some people, it'll turn you into a demon, and some people it'll make you know, like, hey, the streets ain't really for me. Again, talking about with the kids, with Nathan, his father was a cold-blooded killer. He in jail doing 25 to life because he had endless bodies. But he wasn't built like that. But his mother was trying to make him be his father, and he couldn't be nowhere near his father. So again, like I said, The Wire, and my brain go through all of that now, rewatching it, where it's like, this show got so many different layers. And then again, if you actually just spend time in Baltimore, you can understand where it's like, this shit is so real. Because even when they sit here and tied it into like the newspaper, where it's like, again, I said this before, a couple of weeks ago when I said The Wire, to your younger mind, it feel like a drug dealer show, like The Powers and like the Raising Cane's. But realistically, it's a police show, and it's realistically the deeper you kind of get into it, you understand it's really just a real people show, where it's like, the paper the people who work at the newspaper, they play off of what the crime is, because realistically, of course, one of the favorite lines from Charlemagne, he probably got it from somebody else, but if it bleeds, it leads. So they kind of just, you sit here, the police need for them to try to get some overtime, they need the newspaper to sit here and write some salacious stories. So what's my man, McNulty, he sit here and make his own fake fucking serial killer. And now, he working with one of the dudes at the newspaper, they amping up the story. And he made up the serial killer just so they can get overtime to sit here and try to work the Marlowe joint. So again, like I said, this show to me, if you watch it as an adult, and the reason why I sit here and say you have your kids pay attention to it, because it has so many different layers, from the people in the newspaper, the people who work in the politics, and everybody is kind of like crossing paths, and one hand is watching the other, because the lawyer, realistically, he playing both sides, where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna sit here and get some of these drug dealers off, but I'm happy soon as, again, because like I'm like the last season, and now Marlo sitting here getting back on the phones, and he get a lawyer his phone number, and the lawyer, as soon as Marlo leave out the junk, the lawyer sit here and tell his driver, oh yeah, I'm about to really get paid off of him now, because he back on cell phones, and ain't gonna be nothing but a couple of weeks before he end up getting on a wiretap. And then he gonna have to spend a crazy bag. So again, like I said, I just think it's for something for your kids to watch. And then again, just I guess the last takeaway from that is like, how Omar was so many people were scared of Omar. He was such a, just like almost damn near like a storytell type of like street dude, where it was like, Omar coming. Everybody's so scared of Omar, and Omar gets smoked by a little kid. But that's just so crazy where it's just like, if you think about it, how many dudes sit here and go do time and they got this, oh, you used to be such and such back in the day, and you hear how like he come back out on the block and think everything gonna be sweet. And then it's a young nigga outside who don't got no respect for this. Literally, Omar in the carryout about to buy, or like in the corner store about to buy like a soda, or I think he's buying some cigarettes. And literally, I'm talking about like the smallest dude on the block. Again, a dude that Michael beat up maybe a couple episodes before that for Nathan. Because Naaman or whatever, he wasn't built like that. So a little boy sit here and rob them for his pack. I'm talking about this little boy literally ain't nothing, maybe like 7, 8 years old. But super short, he outside working the corners or whatever the case may be. And I watched Michael beat him up, but this same little dude had balls enough to kill somebody that grown men were scared of. Like Chris and Snoop had endless bodies, and this dude and they were scared of Omar. They was hiding out from Omar. Chris had his own family. He didn't even want to go by his family. He didn't even want people to know he had a family because he didn't want Omar to find out that he had baby moms and kids and shit like that living somewhere out on the outskirts of Baltimore. So again, for all of that to be sitting here and said, it's like, to me, that's just, I ain't gonna lie to you. The Wire may be one of the greatest shows ever made. And I'm not sitting here saying it's not a black show, not a white show. It's literally a Baltimore show. And the more you really be in Baltimore, you will understand where it's like, it's so many layers of just working class people, from the people who worked in the newspaper, and then again, the people who worked at the docks and stuff like that, man. Again, like I said, if you have not watched The Wire, I think that's something that you should watch with your older kids, and so they can kind of understand, especially if your kids are sheltered and they don't and they just think everything in life is just green, where you kind of get to see kids had to still go to school, and like mother and father was like on crackheads. Like the only kid out of their little crew that they had in season 5 that actually had parents that wasn't strung out on drugs was Naaman. And his mother wanted him to be a drug dealer. She was the only person, but she was so high and strung out on money where her addiction was bread. That she was willing to sit here, and her son ain't built like nothing. You sit here trying to push your son out to sit here and go get on the block and sell drugs, where again, Michael's mom strung out on crack. The other little boy damn near jumping, one of the other little boys going from what does he call it? From what them Jones called foster home to foster homes, and then the other little boy homeless, where the teacher got to wash his clothes for him. So again, that is something where you paying attention to that, be like, damn, and these kids still got to just wake up every day and kind of either go to school or figure out how they're going to show up in life. Some of them got to make decisions to the point where I'm just dropping out of school for somebody like Michael. So again, like I said, man, The Wire is one of the greatest shows you ever watched. You got any other takeaways on The Shy? I know I'm bouncing around all over the place. You kind of already called it. The Bakari was definitely going to be the one to
take the fall.
Yeah.
And I don't understand, like they like this season is really like, it's irritating. I don't understand Rashad. I don't understand what he's trying to do.
I guess my question is, do you feel like even for, I think the thing that one of the things I'm most disappointed in with The Shy right now is I hate the fact that I can sit here and predict what's going to happen. Like, think about, we sit here since episode 1, we kind of already knew that Bakari was going to be, but we knew that for a fact that Tiff was going to be the one who ended up killing Nuck. And then we kind of knew, okay, all right, they about to set Bakari up to sit here and take this charge.
But it's like, why would you set him up? Like, I don't know. And
then even for him, it's like, oh, your sister sitting here saying, hey, just move with me to Atlanta.
Just move to Atlanta.
Yeah, like, why not just leave?
She's still on the show.
She came back this season. Yeah, so again, like I said, I don't know. Just The Shy to me, I'm just super extremely disappointed in The Shy.
How'd you feel about the father, like telling the girlfriend
did he love her?
Yeah.
I kind of be on the fence with that one, because it's like, oh, the mom just died. Yeah. Like, she just literally died the last episode of last season. We only what we in episode 7, like.
But for us it's soon. But the show, of course, is should probably be longer. So it's not like, oh, she just died yesterday.
But let's just sit here and say if it was a year. Let's say it was a year and a half. You don't think it's a year and a half is too soon to be sitting here telling somebody else you love them? And again, for me, it's kind of going back to
could be true. No.
But you love her. You willing to sit here and say you love her, but you not strong enough to sit here and go back into the house? How do that make sense?
But that's what I'm saying. But you picked me up at my weakest moment. You came in and made me find love again.
For sure.
So I can't fault you for that. But then it's like, all right, I can't face that fear of going back into where I was last. And you know what I'm saying?
But I feel like them two things can't be true. It got to be one of them. To me, it got to be one or the other. Like, if you really feel that way about her, then why not sit here and just go?
Because he's not over it. Like, it's still, he lost the love of his life. So you're not going to be over it that quickly. But I guess it can be possible for you to fall in love with somebody, or you know, that's kind of been
But
here.
let's just go back to what you were saying earlier with when you said Dwight called you, right? So like he just reached out to you like, damn, that's the one person I can't call. So if this one person might have picked you up or made you feel better than what you was already at, you can easily say, yeah, I love this person.
I mean, I get it, but I guess my thing is, even if I feel like I don't think you love them. I think you got love for them, or you appreciate the way they are making you feel or going through what you're going through right now. But I think realistically, if he actually really loved this woman, I think that he would be comfortable enough to go back at that home, or even again sell the house. You see, he on the fence to the point where he don't want to go back to the house and he don't want to sell the house. Then you can't. It's no way you got that many raw emotions still just about the home. It's not. You don't have nothing even to do with your wife because it's like if you really
does though, because he bought that house for her.
So again, if you still have that much love for her, then how can you sit here and say you love somebody else? That's my only thing.
It could be a different type of love. Like he might not ever love her the way he loved Jada, but that doesn't mean that he can't still love her.
Yeah, I think like you're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself more by just holding. Like I said,
no, I'm not sitting here saying he's not supposed to sit here and move on and he can't date somebody else. But I'm just sitting here saying is, I just think that he using the love word too soon, because if you really love this woman, then you're gonna have to sit here and man up and figure out what you're gonna do with this house.
He will, but it doesn't have to necessarily be right now. And her being like just being there, you know, she understands that she's not trying to force his hand, because that would be kind of selfish of her to say, well, if you love me, then sell the house or do something with this house. But in time, he might be able to go back, well, you know what, I'll sell the house or whatever. But right now, it's still fresh.
I'm cool with it still being fresh, and I just think me personally just don't sit here and say
she ain't died in the house, did she?
Yeah, she died in the house.
She died in their house because they had the baby, right? She died in Emmett's house.
She did?
Yeah. I don't think she died. She died at Emmett's house because she was there when Keisha had the baby, and then she ended up passing away.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So she didn't die in the house, in their house.
I don't know. I just think I'm cool with everything he feeling. I just think you shouldn't use the word "I love you" yet. Until you're willing to go back into that house and face that, until you face those emotions, I just think realistically you kind of stringing this woman on by saying you love her. Because I feel like that, to me, what he did to her is what people be doing during sex, and you just randomly be like, "Oh, I love you," this and the third with you because the sex so fire. You were just in the midst of it. I'm talking about this shit feel like the best fucking sex you'd ever had in your life. So now you're telling the person you love them, and you know you really don't mean that shit, but y'all just caught in the moment. And I feel like right then and that time, he was just in the moment, and he just sit here and probably felt like he loved her, because even just think about look how they was like taking forever to even kiss each other. Are you just I don't know. Again, and I could be the wrong person to sit here and get their thoughts on that one, but just that to me is just like, don't sit here and say you love her yet. Like until you willing to go back into that house and kind of really figure out what you're gonna do with this house. Don't sit here and be kind of like, I ain't saying he's stringing that woman on, but just don't use those words. I feel like it's just too soon, because if it wasn't too soon, you would be able to go back in that house. That's just my only thing on that. And then I guess real quick, my other big takeaway from this week's episode was like, man, Tiffany a different type of animal just because of the fact where it's like you sitting these people sitting here, they sitting here trying to decide what they're gonna do for their wedding, and because you paying for it, you sitting in the jump making decisions for their wedding.
Like it's Alicia, to me like she's the new Alicia. That's something Alicia would do.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's definitely what Alicia was doing for her and Rob. But then I guess, even for me with that one is even like, as a man for Emmett, like Emmett be having too many moments where he just be like, bro, do you sit down when you pee? Like how do you sit here and you at a jump where you gonna allow your ex-wife and your baby moms or however you want to put her in the situation, and you gonna sit here and allow her to even be at the meeting? To me is crazy. Like that to me don't even make no sense. And why would you even allow her to pay for it?
Why is she paying for it?
Just because she feeling guilty about killing Nut. And she got the bread because, of course, Alicia or whatever the lady name was, she died. So I'm sure she left her money. She left her the business. So she got a bunch of extra bread that she really ain't got nothing else to spend it on. And then this again, when we sit here saying how wild the shy is. Bro, this girl just had a brand new baby. Think about what we sitting here saying. Dog, Victor sit here and help her give birth to this kid on an elevator, in the elevator, the last episode of last season. And you sit here saying now we in a new season. I haven't even seen this baby not one time.
Had that happen?
You ain't seen? Do we see?
Shit, we ain't seen Sexy Red Baby yet.
Man, that shit weird, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. Some people just I can't knock that off. Because like I said, some people everybody's not public with their stuff.
But this is a
TV show.
Like
it is a TV show, but then
she do everything but be a mother. She
That's
don't
everything.
Right, but what's the other little boy? So the other little boy, where is he at?
With her
mother.
With her mother.
Oh, he not with Emmett?
No, he was staying with Emmett, but then they was like they had too much going on. So
so her mother ended up taking her son.
See him?
That one episode when they had to decide who's going.
That's what I'm just because remember, like before you saw him.
You don't see him. We haven't seen him since her mother took him a few episodes ago.
Yeah, I ain't.
Even again, why the Shy just kind of losing it. Like they don't even do the men's group no more.
Hell no.
No, they don't do the
who was
men's
in
group. All of them.
They still all in?
Yeah.
They also everybody who was going was still alive. I mean, I guess they cut off Joma and her father. They ain't in this season.
And that was another thing, because like, okay, if y'all do the men's group and he was what's his name? The dude with the braids. Victor? That was with Tef Vic. Yeah, you was like the big brother, and now you like cool with Frame and Bakari. But you was the one like the big brother, like you the one that helped form the men's group.
Yeah, that one to me is crazy.
He still running for the
no. But his girlfriend just sit here and came up, and that's again when we talking about shit to be confusing. Where it's like, how you sit here and tell this girl that she giving you butterflies and making your stomach or whatever? He tried to even no. Now you don't give me butterflies no more. Fireflies. You give me fireflies. But you can't sit here and commit to sitting here saying that you wouldn't choose work or you wouldn't choose running for office or you wouldn't choose other people over her. How like make this again? That's what I'm saying. These motherfuckers be just using words that don't make sense with their action.
Well, that's normal.
Is that trans too?
Yeah, that woman. Yeah,
the same woman.
Yeah, the same one.
Okay,
that shit just to me just don't make sense.
No, you could say it, but that's real life shit. Somebody could tell somebody, that's real. That's not out of the ordinary for somebody to say that, but not be willing to put in that time or effort or whatever to prove it. That happens. More often than it should. It happens.
Yeah, I just feel like this nigga he just lost. Because again, like you see here said, how do you go from starting a men's group? And one, how do you go for somebody who has been framed for murder before that you didn't do? You literally just came home from a murder that you didn't do. And you cool with sitting here saying, oh yeah, we're gonna put this on Bakari.
Yeah.
No, that's so stupid.
That shit is dumb.
Because what was he locked up for the first time? Because it wasn't
him and Sharp moved the body in the police.
No. But remember he wasn't. I'm not thinking about the other brother. Because I think he got locked up before.
I think he got locked up for want to do the bodies or something. That's what I'm saying. He's been locked up before. He's been accused of doing murders that he didn't do. Yeah, because when he was running for office and dude said he had the body in the car and he tried to get him locked up for that body, so that he ended up losing whatever he was running for office for.
Yeah, he went from being like like if somebody that's tried to turn their life around and then you just
turned
right
his life
into
around.
It. But now you jumping back into it head first though.
But I don't think he want to go back. That's what I'm saying. Because I feel like he was locked up, right? That's why I feel like he was locked up at first in the beginning. He got out. And now you're trying to keep it on the clean.
Yeah,
you don't want to go back.
Yeah, that shit dumb, dog. Real quick, y'all know, just I guess something that I can find. And you know the crazy thing is about your timelines now. I don't know how many of y'all been actually paying attention to how fast your Instagram timeline can change if you go like look up for something. Because last week I was just looking for like pictures because we talked about a story about the grizzly bear. Now, of course, my timeline was just flooded of like dog attacks, grizzly bear shit, and all of that. So y'all know one of my favorite topics right now about is fuck these dogs. So there is a video going viral of a man sitting here, he was a UPS driver, and he was sitting here delivering a package, and the package was a heavy package. They said it was a 30-pound package, and he ended up sitting here throwing the package at the dog and sent the dog fucking flying. And then the dog's owner wanted to fight him. I want to play this clip real quick.
You come right at me like he's going to, son. You need to back the fuck up.
Wow, that guy was ready to scrap. A UPS driver walking up with a package when a dog, a big one, suddenly comes out charging full speed towards him. And the driver does not wait around to find out. FAFO. He reacts and throws the box at the dog to stop it directly at him. They're saying a 30-pound package. But when the owner comes out running, furious at the driver, and they start arguing in the driveway. And it looks like it was round 2, throws up his fist and ends up walking away. People are upset. Some people are upset with this UPS driver throwing the box at the dog, while some people are saying, well, it's really the owner's responsibility. And what do you expect for this person to just sit there and wait for a dog, which some claim might have been a pit bull. You guys tell me down below what kind of dog this is here. I don't know if that's a pit bull. I don't know what. No, that doesn't look like. I don't know what that is. Maybe comment down below. Let me know what you think that is.
Again, like I said, I think people just be too. I don't even know why the man tried to fake like he wanted to square with this nigga. If a nigga was that smart and that quick on his toes to sit here and throw that box at that dog.
That's my only thing about it. I mean, me being a delivery, a mailman, and that when you threw your hands up at the, I feel like you kind of.
He ain't swing on him. He just put his glove like the nigga was walking towards him like he wanted some smoke.
But that's what I'm saying. But if you was in fear of the dog attacking you, right? When you threw the package at the dog, you would have went in the truck. Like for you to throw up your hands, like what's up? Like it feel like now you did it purposely.
I mean, what you did what on purpose? He had threw the box on purpose. Nigga, the dog was running at me like he wanted some bump.
Right, but you wasn't in fear. Like that's my thing. You threw the package like was you in fear? Or you was just intentionally just like fuck this dog. Like a lot of people do shit out of spray mace or whatever. They do it out of intention. Like I don't like this dog anyway. I'm gonna spray him anyway. This is my perfect opportunity. That's my only thing. It's just like you threw the package and then you just threw your hands up like what's up. He didn't even confront you and you already threw your hands up like what's up.
I mean, because we can't. Yeah, he was walking towards him, so you can't hear the audio though. So you don't know what the man said. Because I think the man said he said, "Why the fuck you throw that at my dog?"
Your dog tried to attack me. I wouldn't. My first instinct wouldn't be throw my hands up. That's
yeah, but I mean that's because you're not a confrontational person, but a person who really like to throw their hands. That nigga just like I'm not about to talk to you, nigga. You didn't have no respect for me. You allowed this fucking pit bull to sit here and run at me. Why this dog like? And you expecting a package? Like what the fuck are we doing? Like I think too many people do. I swear to God, all you got to do is if you go on social media and just go on Instagram and just put in like dog chasing or dog attacks, dog, you will see how many people. And then shit, I guarantee you, I don't know how Instagram changed their algorithm now, but I guarantee you, it'll flood your timeline, and you will see how many people just be so lackadaisical with their dogs, dog, and just be allowing their dogs just to run at people. You're
absolutely right, but that's what I'm saying. I just when you threw your hands up, just like all right, nigga, fuck today.
He probably was mad because I guarantee you that wasn't the first time because that nigga was too quick on his toes. Like he knew that. Like because I'm not going to be clear. I'm sure most people, if you scared of dogs, your first thought wouldn't probably even throw that package. You probably would have dropped the package and just ran. That nigga kind of like, yeah, that's why I kind of understand. No, that's why he threw the shit out that package
and hit him dead on. That's why I said it was just one of those days you fucked around and found out.
For sure.
But that's why I'm saying, just like I said, me personally, like I said, you threw the package at the dog, fine. I would have retreated, went back to my truck. But for you to just like, oh nigga, you gonna get some too.
But what if this is not the first time that this dog has tried to attack me?
And that's what I'm saying.
So now I done fucked your dog up. Now I kind of got some smoke with the owner because nigga, we'd have probably had this conversation before. Put this fucking dog up.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But like I said, you threw your hands up before he even got to you. That's
but you don't know, like the customers. You don't know what the hell. He could have said something like, "I'm gonna fuck you up." He could have said anything when he was walking off.
He fucked that dog up. Because if that man, let's be real. If the dog owner really loved his dog, I know he felt some type of way. Because that fucking UPS man fucked that dog up.
He did.
I guarantee you that dog may not think twice about running out to no fucking UPS man ever again. Because when I seen that shit, I was like, oh shit, this nigga may lose his job. Because that's how bad it looked like he fucked that dog up. Like he real live, really. I'm talking about dog. I ain't never seen somebody fuck a dog up like that off and not using like a baseball bat or some shit, man. That nigga fucked that dog up with that box. So again, shout out to that UPS man. I am not mad at you, dog. Real quick, because we talking about we talk about parenting real quick, because that is one of my favorite topics to have before we get into any of this 4th of July mess. I do want to sit here and, man, it was these kids, I want to say they're in North Carolina. And so for people who haven't seen the video, I'll play the police officer, I guess the police sheriff, sitting here talking about how they responded to the kids. So I guess I'll break it down for people who can't see, because I don't know how to see it so you can see it. So there was a group of kids, of course, 4th of July weekend. They out looking like they're at a park or something. And of course, it's a group of black kids, teenagers, where they kind of look like they may be like 15, 16, something like that. So it was a woman police officer who tried to, I don't even know what she was trying to break up, but she was trying to make them leave. And then she ended up getting into like an argument with a girl. The girl wasn't rocking. And then the girl kind of like tussled in with the police officer. Then the nigga come. And let's be clear, all the kids, you could tell they're kids. And I'm talking about the dude just stole the shit out of the police woman. Then the girl, they both start jumping the police officer. So it's kind of like when you're watching this, and again, where it's like, man, when you're watching this, you kind of be like, you'll be mad at this police officer end up smoking one of these little kids.
That's the first thing I said.
Because let's be clear. There's no way in hell as a person.
For this taser and not the gun.
No, for sure. Those police officers, let's be clear. If you are a parent and you see that your kids had something to do, realistically, you owe these fucking police officers a Christmas gift, thank you cards, birthday gifts, happy Mother's Day, happy Father's Day, because they could have literally, the way them kids was beating the shit out of this female police officer, that could have literally been them kids' last fucking day on earth. You cannot, nobody can beat, this is a fucking police officer. Again, when we sit here talking about, why I say go rewatch The Wire with your kids, because listen to what I'm telling you, and the police know how to do shit to sit here and make shit disappear. There's no way in hell you watch this video. I'm talking about, they was beating this shit. This is a woman. I don't give a fuck if it was a police officer or not. They was jumping a woman. At the end of the day, yes, her job, she's a police officer, but they were I'm talking about beating the shit out of this lady.
And not that they're sort of even shooting. They could have just pulled the nightstick out and hit one of them motherfuckers upside the head.
Hey, and they bony as hell. Could have cracked them upside the head. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. You know what's so funny? Because again, for people who maybe not listen to, I don't know if everybody listened to Rory and Maul, but it's just so funny because Maul they literally just, it was one of them episodes this week because it was Baby D, him, and what's the other the Zip nigga, and they were sitting here talking, and Maul was like, jobs that women shouldn't have, or if they have it, it should be like they shouldn't do it by themselves. And he was sitting here saying women shouldn't be policing like bad neighborhoods by themselves. Like if they do it with like a group of men or something, but it shouldn't be two women cops trying to police like just some like crazy ass neighborhood or something. And this was crazy because they had a pop. And this was kind of almost like damn near like it was like a team takeover type of. And this was like the perfect example because this woman job like real. Listen, I'm like, damn, it's like.
But you have to.
Yeah, have a woman to come and pat motherfuckers down, but she couldn't take care of a bunch of teenagers.
Even in engagement, I think that I don't think the men can't really.
No, you got it fucked up. But that was the right group of police. If those kids got lucky that they got the right group of police, because if this was somebody else, or if this was one of them super aggressive police officers, that shit could have went left for them kids, real left. And I ain't even talking about just shooting them. That was like a grown ass man that they sit here and try to jump. The police officer would have beat the shit out of them little kids and stomped their little ass heads into the goddamn ground.
Because there was another one I seen where the girl, I think she was something, they was like in like a little cul-de-sac type of little apartment joint. And I think the girl must have broke away and one of the boys came up and tripped the police officer. And they end up fucking the boy up, right? I don't know if they fucked. I know they caught the girl. They were trying to get the girl free.
And this was, I know, I just seen the video. It literally just happened. It literally just happened this week. I just seen that video, but I can't remember how it ended. Yeah. Let me play this police sheriff real quick.
Very hectic situation, and I want to praise my officers for the restraint that they showed in that video and outside of that video. Okay, when we're dealing with juveniles, we get judged at a very high level, and we here, since I've been here, we have changed our policy in certain ways on how we deal with juveniles. But we need some help. We really do. We need some help. We need some help from the community because stuff like this is getting dangerous. Very hectic.
Like I rewatched it. One of the girls took her nightstick and hit this nigga. Like hit the woman. One of the girls took her nightstick and started beating the police officer. Again, that's what I'm telling y'all. No, I'm listening.
He did the right thing. And
no, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. This is one of them jokes. I wish they could redo that shit. They should have shot their little asses with tasers or something. Cause it's dog. They really fucked this police. It was 3 kids beating this fucking police officer lady ass. Again, fuck this. She's a police officer. It's still a woman, and the lead nigga who got her off the original girl she was trying to lock up. It was a fucking boy. Then here come 2 other girls sitting here. One of them hitting her with the goddamn police stick. Then another nigga with one of these little fake ass, what's some shit? What's the fuck is the name of that shit? Tears, whatever the hell the name of that little stupid ass hoodie that the kids be wearing. Sit here and run and sneak the guy. Dog, these niggas was running and sneaking a woman. Fuck if she's a police officer. This still is a woman, and it was 4 kids. It was 2 girls, 2 boys, and they was beating the shit out of this lady, dog. I'm telling you.
So let me ask you,
nigga, if I was a police officer, I swear to God, y'all gonna be sitting here protesting because I would have sent all 4 of their lawyers up to the fucking upper room. I would have packed over. That's what I'm telling you. I wouldn't give a fuck. I ain't saying right. I'm talking right then and there. I would have sent all 4 of their asses, and their mothers would have been like, "My baby's a good kid. Tyrone would never done it. You could have did something else." Y'all would have been sitting saying, "I could have tased them because I wasn't going to use that fucking taser. I was going to let that motherfucking Glock bang, boom, boom, boom." I would have had 4 dead little motherfuckers on a t-shirt that fucking night, dog. There's no way in hell. Come on, dog, because I don't want to hear that. Oh, we got to do better. Fuck that. Watch this video, and no police officers deserve a Nobel Peace Prize because it ain't no way in hell, dog. As I felt for the woman, they were stomping this bitch out. And I would not have been mad if she would have pulled up and upped the John Wick on them little ass bastards.
That's fucked up.
Like, you can't make me sit here and watch this and feel like, because it's still a woman, dog. I'm not like, come on, man. Fuck no. All four of them, their mother and father would have been on the news and they would have sit here and trying to go get, what's that nigga name? Ben Crump to sit here and represent them. Because you got me fucked up. Anderson, North Carolina, y'all crazy as shit, man. Fuck no. Let's go. I guess because we here.
The photo of the year. This picture was taken today, July 4th, 2026, America's 250th anniversary. This is a photo of a black woman sitting on the DC Metro surrounded by white supremacist members of the Patriot Front. You never heard of the Patriot Front? They are a white nationalist organization that was created after the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia in August of 2017. And this is what they're about in their own words. Pause to read. Been deemed a white supremacist hate group by both the Southern Poverty Law Center and the Anti-Defamation League. And if you're more of a visual learner, here is a video of them marching today in Washington, D.C., carrying Confederate flags. This picture is not only representative of what America really is, but it's representative of the Black experience in America. A Black woman surrounded on all sides by people who would hang her from a tree if they could. People whose identities are concealed because they're your policemen, your lawyers, your teachers, your doctors, and they'll get to go back to work on Monday. Business as usual. As for that Black woman, she has to sit there and stare white supremacy in the face and just be silent.
The crazy thing is, again, like I said, I'm sure before the week is out, we will see this young lady do some type of interview. But again, this is one of the reasons why I sit here and say, just for Black people who live in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area, no, y'all have to release yourselves of the shackles of I have to go to DC. Again, like I said, I don't know. Out here, wait to hear her interview. Maybe she had to go to work or some shit like that. But it's hard to say. I don't know, because I feel like most things in DC on the 4th of July was closed in the first place. But again, like I said, y'all sometimes
early in the morning too.
Yeah, so I mean, again, but she could have been going to work, so I don't want to sit here and judge her and be like hard on her because it wasn't her fault. Like, if I'm on the train and I got to go to work, it is what it is. But that is one of the reasons why I keep saying like, bro, pay attention. This is why I get so upset as adults, where it's like, bro, pay attention, watch the news, understand what's going on. Everything ain't like some again, if you got to go to work, cool. I'm not sitting here complaining. But if you don't got to go to work,
she should have just got off the train, or
no, you shouldn't have your ass shouldn't have been on the train, period. You shouldn't have been going nowhere into DC, period, this fucking weekend. If it's not something where, if it's work, I can't sit here and say nothing if you got to go to work because everybody got bills to pay. But I'm talking about just over some leisure shit. Bro, you can miss going to DC for a weekend.
I don't think it was some leisure shit. She looked like shit. She had somewhere to go. I wouldn't.
Again, that's why I sit here and say, I got to wait until hear what was her reason for being on the train. But I'm just sitting here saying, for people in general who's not just this woman, though, it's no way every time you don't have to sit here and I got to go to DC. Because I knew, like, dog, it's no fucking way in hell you could have sit here and thought that this shit was not going to happen. I thought this was going to happen when they had the UFC shit on it. I was just 2 weeks too early. But I sit here and came on this podcast and was like, bro, if you don't got to go to DC for the weekend, don't go. Because you don't want to put yourself in these type of circumstances. Again, like I say, if this woman had to go to work, this is not for her. This is for everybody who can hear my voice right now, because this scenario was over. No, they didn't do nothing to this woman. She just had to sit there. It became a viral picture. Cool. But my whole point is sometimes you got to pay attention. And expect everybody ain't Billy Badass. So everybody not even, again, shout out to this woman for even just being able to keep her composure and just even ride on the train. But everybody ain't built like that. And everybody got to stop acting like you built like that. So again, like I say, if you know for a fact that you ain't really ready to go to jail, or you ain't ready to crash out over shit like this, then you need to sit here and be mindful and sit here and say, how can I avoid some of this shit? If you don't have to go to work, nobody's paying y'all to sit here and go, I got to go to DC. I got to be in the city. I got to go watch. Man, go fucking watch the fireworks somewhere else. Go do something else. But I told y'all, while they celebrating this 250 shit, I told you 2 weeks ago, I literally thought that this was going to happen when they was doing the UFC shit. So again, I'm not even surprised. Like, this to me this is not like, oh my God, I can't believe this is what's going on. I believe it. I felt like I already knew this was going to happen.
Where did they get on that? That's my question.
Probably like already downtown, like Foggy Bottom or some shit like that.
It was at Union Station.
Oh yeah, Union Station.
No, they well protected there.
And that's just my point. But think about how close Union Station is to damn near, like, I ain't gonna sit here and say it ain't Union Station kind of like, it's kind of secluded. Niggas don't hang in Union Station no more. Back in the day, niggas used to hang in Union Station, but not no more. So it's kind of easy for them to sit here and just go about their business. And then again, I can't even sit here and say it's easy for them to go about their business, because how many people just gonna be outside somewhere downtown DC with, you ain't gonna have 100 niggas with you. So if it's just you and just one other person, or you and 5 other people, like, nigga, what you 5 people against 100 niggas, what y'all gonna do? So that's my point. Where sometimes you got to sit here and say, "Dog, I got to just play the numbers game." It's just certain shit I'm just going to avoid.
But even putting yourself in that type of situation, what do you? If they don't say nothing to you, they just on the train. Then would.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but I think even just for some people, just mentally, like, who the fuck just want to even be around that? Like, if you could sit here and tell me I can avoid some shit, that's just like certain things where realistically, you know, like, let's just tie it into just some normal, regular shit. Where you know certain clubs people won't go to because, man, I don't like the crowd.
No, I get that part, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I say that's why I even asked like what station did they get on? Like, cause like I say, when you go to the metro, you see how the metro it'd be 100 niggas outside just hanging out there or whatever the case may be. That's why I'm just like,
you know, they ain't going there.
Yeah, they ain't hell no. You know they ain't going there.
That's why I asked it. But that's why I'm just like for her, like, all right, I'm just going to my aunts, my grand. Now I'm going to. I have somewhere to be. I'm on the train early in the morning. I got somewhere to be. So that's why I'm just like, if they don't say nothing to me. Then I mean,
cool. I mean, again, like if you have the skin and your skin is tough enough that you can sit here and you can be sitting in the midst of that, then cool. Again, like I said, I can't wait to hear somebody interview her this week, and I just want to kind of wonder what's going on through her mind. But just for me personally, again, I believe in just warning people to, hey, pay attention, watch the news. That's why, again, why I use social media for what it's worth. Pay attention to what the energy is, because it's just not just those people on the train. Like, yeah, that picture looks nuts, but if you watching the videos of other people down there, I'll play some of these other clips. Though they wasn't the only people down there. Some of that shit just looked like, again, like I always say, that shit look like an Indiana Fever game. I'm cool, dog. I don't want to be around that many old ass white people, dog. Everything down there, John, like you see people on threads just joking, like, damn, I know it smell like fucking cat litter and fucking wet hot dogs. Like, dog, something just like, no, dog. Everything just if you can avoid some shit, I don't give a fuck where you gotta go. You can avoid it, dog. Again, if you gotta go to work, then cool. But again, like I said, most things in DC, especially in that part of DC, was closed because it's federal government shit. Ain't nothing open. The federal government is closed. So where the fuck are you going?
Yeah, it's cheaper than Uber, so it's probably, like I said, I ain't mad.
But let me play this young. I fuck with this young dude. He from here. I like his.
Important message for Washington, D.C. today. Them white Christian nationalists is outside. They masked up. They all dressed in unison in the same uniform, and they not looking for peace. They out here to cause havoc. They are out here to interrupt our peace. And I just want to say, I was going to say a few days ago, I don't want people from here outside downtown at all this weekend. This 4th of July, it don't feel right. This whole America's 250, it don't feel right. It don't feel normal. And we have never been one to really support and celebrate the 4th of July. But if you do want to celebrate with your friends and your family and have a good time on this good holiday weekend, stay across the river. You know what I'm saying? Stay in PG County, stay in Southeast. You know what I'm saying? We usually used to go up at the top of the hill and on the south side or Temple Hills and just watch the fireworks from there anyway, or go down to the National Harbor. But do not go down there. But if you do have to go down there, Black people, like if you work down there, you have to be down there. If you live down there, you have to be down there, because these are our communities. I need you to stand with each other. If you see them peoples, make sure that you know where all of the Black people around you are, so that y'all can stick together for whatever's coming to you. You cannot carry in Washington, D.C. So if these people are carrying, then they need to be locked up. They need to be arrested. What is the National Guard out here for? Why is it a whole task force to keep the city safe and beautiful, but you have these masked assailants, these thugs out here walking around in our streets, and they not doing nothing about it? Let me tell y'all, if you see Black people out there, I need y'all to know where each other at all times. I need y'all to stay vigilant. I need y'all to stay arm in arm, connected together, because I'm not feeling anything that's going on today. These are
again, like I said here, it's endless people who talking about it. I'm sure you can look for it on your social media platforms. I guess to switch gears real quick, let's go to Raising Canaan. We should have just went straight into Raising Canaan after we talked about the shower, but let's go Raising Canaan real quick.
Point is, Lou gone, mine gone, Pop's been gone. All that's left is you and me, just us, and that means something. So when you say all that fucked up shit to me, it hurt. You gotta be better than that. I wasn't there for Lou, not like I should have been. But I'm here for you. Big brothers protect their little sisters. I'm your big fucking brother, Raquel. Yeah, you are. I hate that.
and when we talking about seasons and shows going off air, that's to me is why it's like the Shy you going up against Raising Kanan. Because there's no way, like, don't just even think about moments like that. That one moment right here, then I want to play this Breeze and Kanan moment where it's like, and I'm just comparing this to the Shy. The Shy I shouldn't be watching Raising Kanan and getting more sympathetic for fucking Rock and goddamn Marvin having their little fucking moment, or watching fucking Kanan lie to this nigga knowing for a fact you're not my real brother. You trying to have this emotional ass moment like, did you get to meet our dad and this and they're like, bitch, I'm not, that's not even my dad, but whatever. But that's my whole point of it. It is like the Shy is going downhill and Raising Kanan like, damn, I'm mad this about to be the last season. Just so again, you kind of got to know where it's like your show can even go out with a bang and people wish it would never end, and then your show can just go off like, all right, dog, I can't wait for this shit to be over.
You ever met your father? DEFCON? Nah. Heard a whole lot about him, but never knew him. I did. DEFCON was my father too, Kanan. He was with my mom's before he got with yours. You and me blood, nigga. Brothers.
At some point, lies become the truth. Shit get passed around long enough, what's real don't even matter no more. Get to a point where the nigga that started the lie start believing his own bullshit. And by then, you can't even call it bullshit no more. Because that lie become fact. History. Some shit you studied in school. The only thing that's real in this world is you gonna live. And you gonna die, nigga. Everything in between all that is bullshit.
Again, this is how your show's supposed to end, dog. Because we all know everybody watching this shit is watching this nigga like Breeze having this little moment with him and Kanan. I did sit here and just smoke Breeze, man. And we all know that, like, damn, Kanan is a real fucking demon. Because this nigga's having an emotional moment with you. And we know that Kanan know this ain't his fucking father. And don't give a fuck what you talking about because he watched his mother smoke his real father. No, that's what, again, man, I don't give a fuck what y'all say, man. I used to love the Shy. I'm telling you, the Shy's going out sad, and Raising Kanan is ending this shit out with a bang, dog. I can't wait for the next week to see how fucking Raising Kanan going to fucking keep going. Because I'm even watching people on threads like, damn, when is Jukebox kind of going to connect from the Jukebox we've seen when it was on the regular Power, when she came back and sit here and kidnapped one of the kids. Now you sitting here saying, because right now Jukebox don't really seem like she kind of got the Jukebox that we've seen on Power.
It's not the one we looking
at right now. So it's like, okay, this is gonna be the last season. When do she end up turning into this demon?
I don't know. I got a feeling. I don't know if Marvin gonna make it.
What'd you say, Marcus?
You don't feel like she's already a demon? I mean, you saw your father
no.
died. You know, like the white girl when she died, the cop lady. Like, you seen all this, right? You don't feel like
she didn't see none of that. You kind of seen the, like, you were attached to those moments, but you didn't see none of like think about all the shit that Kanan didn't seen. Or think about all the shit Kanan already did.
But is she serving right now? And
I mean, she just like, she working the spot. She ain't really doing nothing.
No, I'm talking about like in the serve. Is she went with the little army thing, or she?
Hell no.
She left it.
Yeah, she been left there. Yeah, again, like I said, I don't necessarily know if Marvin gonna make it neither, because Marvin just seemed like
he's moved. He's trying to move a little different. Maybe trying to,
he's trying to play both sides.
Yeah.
He's trying to play both sides where you sitting here trying to give your life right to the Lord, and then you still trying to be in the streets, and then you kind of now you to sit here, you send these white dudes from Memphis to sit here and go do your dirty work. When Rock was like, nigga, we should just do it ourselves. You wanted to sit here and do it a different way. Now it end up backfiring on you regardless. And now you SOL. Now you got to steal. When you could have just you could have literally just went head on with Slim off the rip instead of sending these Memphis niggas. Now you just wasted your time and wasted your money.
That was stupid because like they stuck out like sore thumbs. How was they gonna get anybody?
Yeah, I don't get that one. And then I kind of was just like, damn, like when it made, and the way again, that's why I'm saying I like the way this show ended, because like, when the fuck did the Memphis dude with the hat, like when the fuck did he even have time to reach out and sit here?
I was kind of confused about that too.
And then I was kind of like, damn, y'all country niggas don't got no type of loyalty. Like, you just smoke. You brung your men all the way from Memphis to smoke these niggas. You could have just left them niggas at home.
Just to get killed yourself.
Exactly. So again, like I said, man, I love the way Raising Kanan going on. And then even Kanan just falling in love with a prostitute.
I don't know if I think he's playing her. I don't know if he really fell in love with her. I thought he was trying to get to her to get to Rock.
I don't know if he knew it first until she started running her mouth too much.
I think he knew because she told him so they told him that she was dealing with the dude, the flossy girl, that dude that deal with the.
But he told her. She said she told him that late after they already laid up in bed and they talking.
The last episode, somebody was telling him that Stefano was like, your mother's working with the dude in the flossy chick.
Oh yeah, okay,
that has these call girls. So that's why I assumed that he was trying to. He already knew what he was. He was trying to kind of set the mother up to kind of maybe get information out of her.
Maybe, maybe I don't know. I do think realistically, just I ain't even mad at him for because I think if you kind of pay attention to his character, he seemed like his character for just he kind of like be trying to fall in love with these girls off the rip anyway. So I'm not even surprised. Like she probably had some fire sex, and which 9 times out of 10 most escorts do. I kind of can understand. Like, all right, he kind of green, he brown nosing her, his nose wide open. He's trying to really jive like war. But even in her mind, what the messed up part about it is realistically where she kind of feel like she don't deserve love because nigga, I'm a prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you trying to save me for? You trying to change my life? I need this money to do whatever the case may be. So again, I do like that little side story that they got going on. I can't wait for the next episode. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do really want to see how this one gonna play out because I'm sure realistically, I mean, of course, if this is the final season, I kind of feel like realistically Marvin and Rock both probably gonna die.
One of them got to go for sure.
I think both of them gonna die, but I just kind of want to see how long are they gonna last in the season. And like when they gonna go? Because now what we talking about? What's this episode 4?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so at least I hope that they let both of them make it to at least episode 7.
I don't know. I'm feeling like Marvin ain't gonna last.
So what you saying? Episode 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's just given like he just trying to like it's just like he's trying to do good, or you know what I'm saying. He's trying to work on himself. And anytime somebody try to work on themselves,
and you trying to play on the streets, realistically. I hope he just at least get to crack that lady first before he sit here and get his character smoked. I guess real quick before I get into the big story of the young Miami Joan, this girl, what's this young lady named Trim? And the reason why I sit here and said last week when we talked about her for like 2 seconds, when I sit here and said I like that remix that she did, the Nobody Joan, and she had Mona Leo on it. But one of the reasons is kind of just throwing people off about her. It's just like too much of the Nicki Minaj knockoff shit.
Then only princess that touched this platform. These hoes was pushing 40 when I got my platformed. See, by the age of 21, I'ma have platformed.
So that was her. That was just a snippet of her freestyle from the XXL freshman class. And of course, I know the Neighborhood Talk is like a huge Nicki Minaj stan page. So of course, they've been posting the clips. And even it was a Joan, realistically, I want to see, matter of fact, where's this clip of her? She just did an interview and some asked her who was her top 5 favorite rappers of all times. And then she said this.
Who are your top 5 rappers of all time, dead or alive? Fast, hurry, go.
This is hard.
Quick.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Now.
Probably Michael Jackson, NBA YoungBoy. Probably Future.
Future?
Yeah.
Girl, you had 5 on the list. That was
I
3.
don't even see when you got like 3 superstars that you look up to and that just motivates you. Why add more? Right, like
right. You want to know my top 3? Who are your top?
It's like, how the fuck do you sound like Nicki Minaj and then you sit here and then you say Michael Jackson, NBA YoungBoy, and Future? Like at this point, you playing. And again, I know everybody kind of cool on Nicki Minaj right now, but I wouldn't be mad if Nicki Minaj just woke up one day and just absolutely blacked out on this little ass girl for playing in her face. Like you literally trying to sound exactly like Nicki Minaj. That shit is corny to me. Like I don't want to listen to nobody who sound that much like somebody else. And then you're gonna sit here and they're gonna say who your top 5 favorite artists of all time. You can say NBA YoungBoy, Michael Jackson, and fucking Future. Like, what are we doing? And then again, she gonna be the person who sit here and
Michael Jackson.
Exactly. But fuck even all that. How do you get either one of them niggas and not give me Nicki Minaj? Like, I don't even think
I can get the if you said Future and Youngboy, I can get that. But if you like you said,
but you can't not say not Nicki Minaj.
I can't. No, but hear me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the last time Nicki had? Because how old is she? She young.
She young. She young as shit.
So that's what I'm saying. So Nicki, really, you talking about when Nicki had a hit?
No, but I think, but you can't. I get. I will understand that if she didn't sound like Nicki Minaj, because you can see. If listen, be clear. If this was YK Niece, or if this was Pluto, or this was Sexy Ray, if this was anybody else who's got their own sound, or even Mona Leo. If it was somebody who had their own sound, I can get it. But you can't sit here and literally every time people hear you, you sound like Nicki Minaj. Okay. So it's no way you can sound like Nicki Minaj and you kind of act like you ain't never listened to Nicki Minaj, or Nicki Minaj didn't expire. Give you inspiration or nothing like that. Like that to me is kind of like, come on, that shit is corny. Especially when people who never sound like Cardi B never sound like Nicki Minaj, but before Cardi had smoke with Nicki, everybody used to give Nicki her credit. Even for Lotto don't sound shit like Nicki Minaj, but she still used to give Nicki her credit. This girl sounds just like Nicki Minaj, and you sitting here on a fucking platform talking about your top 3 favorite rappers is Michael Jackson, NBA YoungBoy, and Future. Like, what the fuck are we doing, dog?
When did Michael Jackson become?
That's what I mean. People in the comment section. That's when, again, like what I said, you can't be mad when Nicki Minaj just randomly wake up one day and black out on this girl. All I'm saying is you play with the fucking bears if you want, and that motherfucker gonna get you.
Did you see the? I thought she's pregnant again.
Who, Nicki?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen Nicki Minaj in a minute. I guess real quick, let's go to let's go Young Miami real quick. Let's go Young Miami. Let's go Uncle Luke defending Young Miami.
So this girl, India.Arie, or whoever the hell it is, listen, I have no problem with these Afrocentric type people, but they're always jumping into the conversation of wanting art to be created like they are. If everybody lived in the world of Jill Scott and all music was Jill Scott and India.Arie and Afrocentric, we would be bored as fuck. I'm sorry. I love their music. I appreciate their music. I appreciate their artistic values. But at the end of the day, why are you having a conversation about something that's considered as art? Does anybody get all upset when the man is standing up there and people are looking at the sculpture, the art sculpture, or this man with his gypsy tools out? Nobody has nothing to say about that. So, but then it's always us. It's always black on black crime. It's always black on black crime. You never hear them talk about each other. You never hear the white women talk about the white man. You don't hear the white artist talking about another white artist.
So again, of course, this is Uncle Luke responding to just the criticism that Young Miami has been getting all week. This started off, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna play her, John. So basically it started off just off the strength of, I guess, after the BET Awards, and all the people went crazy and they was rapping Young Miami's spin that word for word after Young Miami stopped even talking and just the music stopped and the crowd just rapping it word for word. I guess somebody sit here and tweeted out, "Oh, we should boycott Young Miami, spin that song." And then I believe India.Arie retweeted it. So now I will play some of India.Arie clip of her trying to sing and say she didn't say it for a boycott, but you retweeted a post. There's somebody who said it was a boycott. And I guess my biggest thing is, one, just for the strength of that, everybody remembers that people were just, and Young Miami will tell you anytime she's done an interview of recent times, she's here and told y'all like, hey, just a couple of months ago, y'all told me to go get a CDL. Niggas told me I need to retire. It's over. Y'all was trolling me with the Diddy shit and all of that. So it's kind of like, just even if India.Arie or anybody else feel this type of way, even about that song where it's like, nigga, feel that way about something else. Don't sit here and shit on my moment, because niggas was telling me that I had to go get a CDL and go get a regular fucking job and it was over for me. Niggas was clowning me when my ex group mate said he was going on tour and my boyfriend was on fucking trial for being a fucking freaky nigga. So again, that to me alone should be the reason why niggas should skip this Young Miami conversation. If anything else, I don't give a fuck what you feel about music, because I'm not sitting here and making it seem like music does not make people feel some type of way and it don't influence people to do shit, because I will be sitting here lying to myself, because we got endless people who just make drill music and won't never get a record deal for it, but they just do it off the strength of, because, hey, it's a popular thing to do in my city and we be dissing niggas and this and the third and they get us likes and views. So I can't sit here and be that delusional, but at the same time, we can't start with Young Miami. That shit to me is corny, because this song ain't nothing but just a funny corny, like it's a catchy corny song. Like that shit, this is like some Trinidad James shit.
It is being wrongly reported that I think we should boycott this song of the summer. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I refuse to sing that song, but either you know what it is or you don't. And if you don't, you can go find it. It's very easy.
But that to me is even corny. Like, what the fuck? Why you, if you sit here and feel like you above even sitting here saying what the name of the song is, like, why even talk about it? Why give your opinion? If you feel like you that far above, and then again, when we sitting here talking about just when Luke was sitting here saying, like, damn, why we only do this to black people? This is on black crime shit. Perfect example. I'm listening to Joe Budden, and it's so funny that he played that song, whatever that little stupid ass song is, and I don't even know. I'm sure this nigga got to be white, because I only watched the video like one or twice of this nigga performing, because Top kept trying to send it to me, and I had to tell him, like, bro, stop sending me the stupid ass white nigga. Whatever that little nigga who got that song, and it's like some 80 theme shit. I guess him and Tigger about to do the remix. Well, I don't even know how the song go, but I know it's about some fucking scamming shit or whatever the case may be. Talk about that song. Complain about that dumbass song that y'all sit here trying to sneak through the back door again. And he said, I can't even remember how the song go, because again, like I said, I never even try to listen to it. But again, if you somebody you listen to Joe Budden podcast, he played that stupid ass song when they was sitting here talking about it. But if you on the internet, I'm sure go on Instagram and put in Tigger name, and Tigger in the studio with this little dumb white boy, and they sitting here doing some 80 music about some fucking scamming. I just don't like the fact that India.Arie, if you act like you above sitting here even naming the song, then don't fucking talk about it at all. Fuck your opinion.
We should boycott. What I want is to see people understand the power of words and music and to make choices that are healthy for them. That's what I want. Do I think it matters what I want for people? No. I have finally learned that it doesn't matter, and that there's no amount of sacrificing my life force energy that is going to make anybody want anything better for themselves. All I can do is emanate what I emanate, stand for what I stand for, and hope that it reaches who it's meant to reach. And that's it. And that's all I'm going to do. And so my comment makes it very clear that I don't think we should boycott. My comment is tantamount to everybody doesn't want the same thing. And there are a lot of people who are saying it's just a song. Well, if that's what you think, enjoy. But what I know is that music has power. But of course, I have used that power to help some people, and I have traveled around this world twice, and I see the impact of what we export out of the Black American experience to the rest of the world. Longer story for another time, but I've seen it, so I know, and I'm telling you what it is, but you enjoy if that's what you want to do. And I will enjoy doing what I want to do. And that's why I don't think anybody needs to boycott. I think people just need to make choices for themselves. That's what I think. That's one. Two.
But my thing, even with that, and I'll play the rest of whatever she about to say, but my thing of it is then if you feel like people got their own choice, then why even sit and say it?
Yeah,
like people,
that would be my only issue with that. Because like I said, if you don't like it, you don't, what's name? Nobody, when you was promoting brown skin and all that stuff, nobody said, well, why you making it a color thing? You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I feel like when you voice it, you just, to me, it's kind of like, damn, she getting this shine. It's hate.
That's all it is fucking hate. You just mad that this girl get her moment, and you mad because, again, no, it's so many songs. Again, as a nigga who listened to a lot of street music, though, let's think about real quick. Just do two things real quick. Before we can get to Young Miami, nigga, Pooh Shiesty, and we'll play that shit in a minute, dog. Pooh Shiesty, real live, put a song out. Damn, before he even committed the crime to Rob and Gucci, man, go listen to Pooh Shiesty the first day out. And then when I play this clip of this fucking him robbing Gucci man and making this nigga sign his contract, like, it's big as shit for people to complain about. YMW Melly got a fucking song about killing his fucking friends. This nigga has been in jail for like 8,000 days. Some stupid shit like that. This is, and I'm not even over exaggerating. It's like something like that. If it's not 8,000, it's like 7,000. So look, this nigga Lil Durk is literally, they trying to throw Lil Durk under the fucking jail, and this nigga got a million songs about talking about slipping and sliding down every fucking block. They got a fucking op on it. So before we can get to Young Miami just sitting here telling niggas to fucking be some tricks and some scammers, the fuck are we talking about, dog?
Yeah, that's
that to me is just why I'm just again because I remember niggas just they was killing Young Miami. They killed her for the tea time shit, and then they was still trying to hate on this shit. Even again, if you felt this way, my just point, even if you actually felt this way and you actually care about music, even as India.Arie, if you care about other black women having their moment, you should just shut the fuck up. This is because some shit, I say this all the time, some things you could put in the group chat. Yeah, you and your old hating ass friends could be in the group chat and say whatever the fuck you want.
She wasn't the one who said it. She just retweeted.
Yeah, she just retweeted. Somebody tweeted us like, we should boycott this song. It's so ignorant and this, that, and the third.
Okay.
And she ended up retweeting.
I thought she was the original person.
No. She ended up retweeting somebody else saying it. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I thought she was the original person that actually, because like I said, I never listened to the clip. I always saw the picture of her. I thought she was the first person that said, yeah,
it's just some hating ass shit, dog. Like, just that to me is just like, why would you sit here and hate on somebody's moment like that? That to me is just
been songs worse than that people been singing along.
Man, matter of fact, shout out to Isaac Hayes III. Isaac Hayes III put out a list of songs that was worse than that. Isaac Hayes III says, if all you old people sitting here acting like y'all above spin that, let me break down a few songs for y'all that y'all listened to in the 90s into the early 2000s. Ain't No Fun by Snoop Dogg. So for people who don't know that Snoop Dogg song, ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. And ain't again, I'm that old. So MOP Annie Up, and for people who don't know the original version, I'm sure you know the remix version because Remy Ma went absolutely crazy on that shit. Annie Up, kidnap that food, Annie Up. Shout out to Remy Ma. Remy Ma absolutely dog walked that fucking song. Freaking You, Jodeci, My Neck, My Back, Kaya. I'm sure everybody know that. Adina Howard, Freak Like Me. That's one of my favorite songs. And shout out to Adina Howard, wherever the fuck she at. Put It in Your Mouth, Akinelli. That one's a little bit too old for me. Put it in your mouth. Yeah, in your motherfucking mouth. Like, and the crazy thing,
Naughty by Nature.
What?
PLP, Everybody Property.
Yeah, I'm cool, y'all. I can't believe if I even just let's just go into recent times. The whole and y'all know we just talked about. We started this episode off talking about Future. So one of Future's biggest songs of all times is Molly Percocet. Mask off, mask off. Fuck, Molly Percocet. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? I remember, and this is again, shout outs to Eva. No, but again, I appreciate some niggas. No, it don't matter. They played it on the radio because I used to listen to this was during the pandemic again because that song came out like right before that. Niggas like, oh, as soon as the pandemic over, they gonna go crazy with this song because mask off, and of course during the pandemic, everybody had to wear their mask. Cool. With all that being said, I remember listening to Hot 97, and this nigga Ebro used to sit here and get mad every fucking morning. He was like, dog, why are we playing this song at 6 o'clock in the morning while people taking their kids to school? And I can respect a nigga like that because Ebro just gonna be an old ass hating man off the rip. That's just who he is. If that's just gonna be your stance and you just gonna be on some hated shit completely around the board all the time, I can respect that. That's just who you are. That's your bread, that's your butter, that's just how you gonna be. But I can't say, and Future's fucking Future. So you can't hate on Future. And that's why, again, why most people never say nothing and you won't hear people even talking about Future because he's Future.
And we just had Pound Town. That right there, you ain't say nothing then.
Yeah, because the motherfuckers know the Sexy Red is a different type of ignorant and she gonna drag it to hell with you. Because people feel like you picking on Young Miami because you can kind of feel like Young Miami is almost like on her motherfucking Beyonce to the bullshit because she really don't clap back at her shit. She took her hit, she took her L's. Like, just think about what I'm sitting here saying. Like, think about for people. I know we all got short-term memories, but though, think about how many people was real life. I'm talking about killing Young Miami because she wrote that letter for Diddy, sitting here saying, "Well, when I met him, he was a nice person," and this and like, dog, people literally left Young Miami for dead. Her career was supposed to be absolutely over. So again, man, I'm gonna finish this India.Arie shit, but
that's what I think. That's one. Two, also, this is a short version of a longer video. I put a much longer video where I go into detail about these concepts on my Substack. So go check that out if you're interested. Two, I was also in the blogs because I made comments about Clive Davis. And I said, watch what kind of stories you're going to see coming out about him. I signed my record deal when I was 22 years old. And so I learned about human nature through the lens of the music industry. So I got a full hot dose of all of it. And I know what kind of stories are going to go. I don't need to say anything more because you're going to hear the stories. You're already hearing the stories. If you're on social media, you hear some of it's true, some of it's not true, some of it's conspiracy, some of it's, exaggerated, but a lot of it's true. And it's not my place to tell stories of people close to me, but I've heard some stories and I have my own experience. And again, it was wrongly reported that I talked about our working relationship. I did not have a working relationship with him, but I was certainly at the effect of his power. So I go further into that on my Substack if you're interested. And the third thing, when I made the Clive Davis comments, people were saying, well, speak on it, sis, like, tell us what you think. Like, you know, like they wanted me to, because in my comment, I said, I don't need to go into my story because people have far worse.
Right, well, she kind of go ahead. I think she was just going on a rant with that one. Real quick, Vince, I want to play this Vic Mensa Joan, and then I can go to, I want to play Carrie Hilson's response as well. Vic Mensa. Where's my man Vic Mensa at?
I feel like Meg Thee Stallion is a good barometer for what you think about black women. Someone recently told me she can't keep trying to ruin people's lives by getting shot or cheated on. How you ruin somebody's life by them shooting you? How could you do this to me? You ran your body directly into my bullets. Male artists are celebrated for shooting people. On the other hand, female artists are denigrated for getting shot. Let a rapper kill somebody, they sails through the goddamn roof. We be like, man, that's a real man. Or if they get shot, the general consensus is, man, he hard as man, they survive anything. Like Iron Man. Male artists are celebrated for having as much sex as humanly possible. For a woman, relationships you've had are used as justification for you to die. What's that meme of the white girl with the math in the sky? Here's another thing. Young Miami song. It's an amazing melody. The subject matter is decrepit, but it's a very American record. I feel like the founding fathers could have been singing that song. Where are my scammers at? All them damn treaties they was breaking with the Native Americans. It was scamming. Point being, American society is based on scamming. But it seems that women artists are invariably blamed for the situations they inherit. Janet Jackson, case in point. Her titty get pulled out, she get canceled. Meg gets shot, it's her fault. Make it make sense. I wrote an essay about this on my Substack this week. Comment, subscribe to read it.
Again, like I said, shout out to Vic Mensa. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm gonna play this Carrie Hilson Joan, and then I'm cool.
Not commenting about that one song. That tweet for me was bigger than that song. It's bigger than any one song. That tweet was me, I guess, commenting on the commentary. Me noticing what's happening and just saying, well, hey, guys, look at this.
It was general.
Yeah, it's general. I mean, of course, I was aware of the subject. I was aware of what's being talked about. But I just wanted to say, just offer just that truth. Like, well, let's not be blind. Let's not lie to ourselves. We understand the impact that music can have on culture, on youth. We've been talking about this for 30, 40, 50 years, Yeah.
So you mentioned there might be a lack of balance between the music with depth and messaging and the music without substance, right?
Yeah, I think that really is what bothers me, is the lack of balance. Like, we had preachers and teachers in soul and R&B and rap. You know what I mean? You think of like rappers like KRS-One and like even Lauryn Hill, who would rap, she would teach, you know what I mean? And it was India.Arie, and there was Stevie Wonder, and there was so many people I can name a lot, where even though we've always had party songs, we've always had the effery, fun, lighthearted, not message, songs about drugs. Like that was, I think, for every.
Okay, real quick. So we ain't got to even just keep beating this dead horse. My only thing of it is, realistically, for just people, for what she's saying is it's still music out there like that. But the same thing of it is niggas don't want to sit here and use their platforms. It's easy to use your platforms to talk about what you hate, but you never sit here and use. I say this all the time. Use your platform to big up what you like. You could sit here. You could literally. Y'all could have picked the J. Cole song, and J. Cole could have had the #1 song of the year off that Fall Off album. If you're looking for somebody to preach that type of message, but again, because people ain't really listening for that shit, you not sitting here trying to take your platform and do the hard work and make things that you feel like is cool, or the shit that you feel like people should be listening to, then sit here and make and promote that music. But you don't. So you rather sit here and be the party pooper and sit here and say, oh, you guys, you're having too much fun, and it's going to sit here and fuck up your kids. I haven't, again, and I understand one of the things that kind of made this kind of go a little bit more viral, because there was a video of it was a bunch of kids, and I think they was like on I don't know if they was on a party bus or a school bus or what type of bus they was on, but it was like a bunch of young ass kids, and they were rapping Spin That. So again, I don't think that's necessarily Young Miami shouldn't catch the blunt of that blame. You should sit here and highlight that parent or the parents who were in that video with their kids singing that song. Because again, I know I want to say he didn't say it was a joke on the bus, and then it was also when the young dude who made up the dance. He was at the skating ring and they was bleeping out the words, but the kids were still rapping the uncut version. That's not Young Miami's fault. Young Miami's job is to make the song. Young Miami's job is not to be these fucking kids' parents. It be too many people sitting here wanting. You want TV shows and you want music artists. You want them to sit here and be the kids to these parents. I don't have to sit here and police what your kids listening to. You got to. Again, I think there's too many parents who try to take the easy way out.
And I think, and like when you saying that, still to this day, the biggest anthem or anything that most kids were saying was, "Oh, I heard you a pedophile."
What was Not Like Us?
Not Like Us. So that's why that's why I say I think it's bad timing. Like you said, for you to sit here and put that up there, I'm like, dog, you ain't say nothing when they was running around calling people pedophiles.
Because people pick and choose what they want to talk about. I do like this. I don't know. I be feeling like sometimes some of these blog pages be picking some of these people, but this young lady kind of been going viral for a minute now on a couple of different topics. Hold on.
I'll really sit and really look at what she's saying. Y'all are literally glorifying BS to the culture.
The worst part is that the people that she's influencing, she's so far removed from.
Yeah.
That's what always kind of hurts my soul with our community. We underestimate the power of influence on our children.
Right.
Because like you said, Young Miami had this anthem, but this anthem I've seen on social media has already entered elementary schools, has already entered middle schools, and kids are saying it, but they don't know if they try, even attempt to do something like this, what their future is going to come to. And it reminds me of even Jeezy when he used to talk about how he was growing up and robbing and stealing and doing X, Y, and Z, but his kids went to school and they were never in the streets, but he was telling you to go in the streets and do X, Y, and Z and all these things, but he was so far removed yet again from the culture. And it's like people benefit from the culture when they're far removed because the consequences don't follow them.
So my only thing with this conversation real quick is you can't sit here, you seeing saying Young Miami is sitting here benefiting off of scamming culture, or she's glorifying scamming culture. Do y'all not pay attention to what the dating conversations is? All the hot topics around dating where women sitting here wanting dudes to spend money where realistically the average man working a 9 to 5 can't spend the type of money that women sitting here looking for them to spend, or fly me out and this, that, and the third, where it's like, so it was cool. So you mad because now this is because the song is catchy when you talking about scamming, but nigga, when she was in a group called City Girls, they had a song called Flued Out. Or they got a song with Yo Gotti, broke niggas don't deserve no pussy. How do we sit here and say, I'm going to draw the line right now when we sitting here talking about scamming? Because the song is catchier, but she didn't had way more graphic and more wild songs way before we got to spin that shit. But again, if I said you could pick whatever relationship podcast you want, though they sit online and debate about niggas spending money all day long. So then, because she basically, it ain't glorifying scamming culture. It's realistically it's a damn near anthem for fucking prostitution culture of what they already talk about on podcasts all day long. Niggas sit here and talk about that shit all the time. You talking about the low-hanging fruit podcast is, hey, let's just make some gender war shit about male and female. And then you'll see and say, oh, girl, if he wants to, he'll do it anyway. You ain't got to ask him. So what the fuck is the difference?
And then we also in the era with like, it's catchy shit. Kids not even thinking about the whole, you scam and all that. They spin that. It's catchy. You in the store, oh, spin that. Mommy, spin that. Spin that. It's a catchy phrase.
Yeah, it's just a catchy phrase. But anyway, real quick, while we can stay just in hip hop news real quick. Matter of fact, before I play this Pooh Shiesty clip with Gucci, man, I do want to sit here and give Rollo Rodriguez, man, oh my God. And listen to what I'm saying. One thing I think I want all the younger. No, this ain't his first project. This is like his third project. Because it's one thing was trending with his fans where they was getting upset because he only put out an album every 3 years. But one thing I only want to sit here and tell some of the younger people, because don't do the comparison to the Wayne shit. I get it. I understand why y'all do it. Because if you actually listen to the music, and especially from the music that y'all got to pick to, there ain't a lot of bars. So if you're looking for that crazy sports punchline, realistically for this generation, he may be the only person close to it. But I just sit here and say, don't do it to Wayne because again, I'm a Rollo Rodriguez fan, so I won't feel no way. But I know for people my age group, when you first thing you do when you compare it to Wayne, you set the bar too high because again, he kind of played into it with it again. It's kind of leaning on the Carter 2 album cover a little bit where he kind of redid it. He named the album Skate. Of course, we all know that Lil Wayne loved doing the skateboard shit. So I understand it. And again, I understand the wordplay. I understand how he used the punchlines. Even the sports pages, I watched Bleacher Report, ESPN, all of them was picking up the different little sports punchlines that he was using, and they were sitting here posting them on the jump because, of course, again, them sports pages want to kind of still be tapped into what's going on in the culture. But I think realistically, you just got to be careful with comparing him to Wayne, because realistically, I know it. I'm old enough to remember when Wayne was rapping like that, and I still can listen to Rollo Rodriguez and be like, oh, he be barring this shit up. Like, don't be clear. Let's be clear. He has some amazing, catchy ass punchlines. His sports bars, I'm not gonna lie. You can put him in the conversation with your Fabs, with your Wale's, and with your Waynes, because to me, those are the top 3 niggas who do the sports punchline bars, period. You can put Rollo in that conversation, but just don't compare him to Wayne, because you're gonna turn niggas off the rip, because when they go listen to it, and especially for that, again, that's a little bit on his fault because of the cover. It looked like the Carter 2. But when niggas think about Wayne Carter 2, Wayne Carter 2 was the greatest rapper on planet Earth. Rollo Rodriguez is not the greatest rapper on planet Earth. At this young generation, does he have the best sports line punch bars? Absolutely. Ain't nobody can argue with you that. If you go, even if you don't go listen and you just go read some of the bars, like go read the shit that Offset got mad about. Nigga, that shit was catchy as shit and it was funny as fuck. What the nigga? It was
because his sports bar.
Yeah, just because of sports punchlines. That's all it is. It's just he used a lot of sports punchlines. But even his punchlines in general would just be like, they be some funny shit. Like when you used to listen to Wayne back in the day, like he'd just say some crazy shit to make you laugh. Like the little bar against the Offset got mad about. I want to say he'd say, what'd he say? I'm in love with free bands, but what'd he say? Oh, he says, I'm so free band, I'm in love. I love Casino, because of course free bands is Future shit. Casino is Future brother who got locked up. But he said, I'm not Offset. And Offset got mad. And it's not.
That's because it's him.
I mean,
if somebody else used that line, would you be really mad? I mean, like you said, it's a catchy line.
No, it's catchy as shit, and it's catchy and it's very creative. Because again, if it may go over your head if you're not putting 2 and 2 together, you may not even understand it. Oh, Future brother name is Casino, and Future got his rap label is Free Band. So again, the way he kind of even threw the jab in there, where it was like, damn, that was kind of clever as shit. Like even his Dylan Brooks John, like this nigga listen what I'm telling you, this nigga got a lot of
chains or something.
Yeah, to watch my ops like something like Dylan Brooks. Like nigga, he got a lot of fucking good bars on that joint. I'm not gonna hold you. So I understand it. Like if I'm a kid and this is my first time, like because again, for most kids, when I say kids, I mean like niggas in their 20s or in their 19, 17, 18, whoever. Rollo Rodriguez is your favorite rapper, and you hearing some of these bars, I get it. If because you didn't grow up on Wayne, I grew up on Wayne, so I'm going to listen to it and look at y'all a little crazy when you sit here and try to compare him to Wayne. But if this is your first time, and if my normal ears is Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi, Lil Baby, Gunna, and NBA Youngboy, if that's your normal group of niggas listening to, and then you listen to a nigga who actually like barring shit up and throwing in like crazy punchlines, I get it. So that's why I'm not mad. Like I ain't sitting here trying to like be somebody's fucking parent. Like, hey, you kids, you better stop comparing him to Lil Wayne, because I understand if my normal ears is listening to all these niggas who just got blah ass rap lyrics, and this nigga kind of barring niggas the fuck up, and he barring them up to the point where niggas can just use pictures like that. Dylan Brooks shit is hilarious.
But do you put him, when you say the comparisons or whatever and all that, to him to Youngboy, the fan base wise, like Youngboy's a better rapper or just?
No, I think NBA Youngboy talk about more real shit. I can't even say that because this nigga, if you go on his last project and that song he got about that girl and the girl end up committing suicide, like he got some shit on it. So I can't even sit here and say that. Well, I think he just realistically, he don't put out enough. Okay, I'm gonna just sit and say he doesn't put out enough music. So I think for NBA Youngboy gonna always have the upper hand on everybody in his age group because he puts out a lot of music, which can leave a room for a lot of hits or misses. But realistically, because the way kids listen to music now, you just so like, oh, hey, I'm looking for a new album to listen to next. What come out next Friday? So I kind of understand where people won't never sit here and compare that. But
that's what I'm just using. Like, okay, all right, how we hold mixtape Wayne, but then we still have Jay-Z. Like, all right, mixtape Wayne, when it's on the mixtape, whatever, he putting out the projects, he got these catchy lines. He might not have the best album or when anything, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I was just asking, like, am I just comparing because how he flowing and all that? Yeah, he not better than Youngboy, but I'm comparing him more so of mixtape Wayne type of.
I think two things. I get what you're saying. I think two things can happen. I think one, I don't necessarily know they have the same type of fan base, but I think NBA Youngboy is just more mainstream. Where Rollo Rodriguez is like he can like, it's hard for me to sit here and say any of these niggas is better rappers than him because you ain't got no. Again, we grew up on bars and punchlines. NBA YoungBoy don't got no bars or no punchlines. He can just he makes his shit is emotional. Like niggas is attached to his music because it triggers an emotion. Same way with Rod Wave. Like I don't think you can compare either one of them niggas to Rollo because Rollo really rapping. He really again. You can't go down a bunch of quotables like my fans love me. What this nigga say here and say Rollo said I got diehard fans like Cactus Jack. Like I don't like niggas. Some kids I don't even know how the fuck they even know who Cactus Jack is. And what else he had on this joint?
Well, that's
oh, this nigga said. What this nigga said? I said, what did he say? I saw a Gucci fit, but I ain't get kidnapped.
But when you use Cactus Jack, that's a double entendre right there. Because you could be talking about Travis Scott or you could be talking about the wrestler.
That's my. But again, so that's my point. So listen, so you old. So listen, what I'm saying. But you old enough, and you thought about that. But think about what I'm sitting here saying is we could never have this conversation about any of these other young niggas. Fuck just NBA YoungBoy, Lil Baby, Gunna, any nigga in his age group. You could never have these conversations about. So that is one of the reasons why I'm not mad at kids for sitting here comparing him to Wayne. Because if I'm comparing him to his peers, none of these niggas don't rap like we can sit here and just go read down some bars and be like, oh, this was clever.
So that's what I'm saying. But why I think that's probably. Maybe that's is how people get an outpour or get mad at it when it actually can be true.
No, I don't think people mad. I just think realistically because again, you know how older people are about Wayne. Like everybody can't just.
That's what you probably think it is. It's more older people in fussing about it than it is.
Because the young motherfuckers will say anybody is the fucking next Lil Wayne. Like they'll say, remember when Lil Baby was on his little street and he was hot? They'll say, and they'll compare anybody to Wayne.
Listen to what you're saying right now, and I'm just like, all right, why wouldn't he be like? He wouldn't be right. He on his mixtape Wayne room right now. You know, like what you saying, like how he just the bars and all that. That's what I'm going.
But I think for sure. But I think the only other thing that realistically I would critique him on where you kind of can't do the Wayne thing is like because you can't take 3 years to drop a project. Like that's a long time though, especially in any day and age. You can't take 3 years, especially if you're not a household name like your Kendricks and like your Drakes. Like they the only niggas who can take them type of breaks. And realistically, it's only Kendrick. Drake don't even take them type of breaks.
Okay, but I'm gonna ask you, but the 3 years, when did he first come out? Like when did he really catch?
He been out for a little minute because him. And
I remember y'all talking about. I remember you and Pretty D talking about him.
Yeah, he been out. He been out for a minute. I want to say. Let me see when his first project came out. Rollo. Shit. See, they only count albums, so they basically saying 2020. I want to say he got songs before then though.
Because that's what I'm like. Is it really a 3 year break?
So his first song was 2018. On streaming platforms. So some people may know him before then, but at one point in time, he was putting out a lot of Lucy's. So again, the first song he got on his Apple Music joint is 2018. But even still, like that 3 year span is kind of like it's hard to sit here. Again, a reason why I would sit here and say it's hard to sit here and throw him in a Wayne conversation. You can't be taking 3 years to put out a project. And then again, you're a great rapper, but you're not even making hit records. So you got to sit here and say, when you're taking that type of break, you at least need some hits to back it up. Well, on the last project he put out, he had a couple songs that kind of like grew some legs. Cause he had that joint. What's the joint? I forgot the little. It became like a little viral joint. It was Lil Meech was in the video, and I forgot. Oh, it was like they had some like little and the thing like in the song it was something like who these for, and it was like the condoms or some shit, and then it ended up that joint ended up becoming like a super viral trendy joint.
It wasn't. It was from BMF. Young Miami. Was it Young Miami?
No, it was Lil. I know Lil Meech was in the video, but again, on that song, he had the little moment where he was saying, "Who these for?"
Show. I think it was from the actual show. Yeah, who these for? I think that was from the actual show.
So again, like I said, shout out to Rollo. That little, I seen a Gucci fit, but I ain't get kidnapped. Then he had another joint. What do you see here? Say, I put my pride to the side, but I'm not Frank Ocean. Like shit, like that is like. Come on, dog. Like that to me is like that shit is fire. So I get again, like I said, I can only imagine. I wish I was 17 or 18 hearing this shit for the first time, and I'm used to listening to niggas who don't got these type of balls. Like that shit, you just kind of one of them little jokes. Like this, what the fuck this nigga just say? I can't put my pride to the side, but I ain't Frank Ocean. Like, all right, cool. What this nigga say? He said I had to cut these niggas off, but I had to cut these niggas off, but I ain't Jeffrey Dahmer. He had some couple little Jones. What do you say? Say white vans on a human trafficker. Yeah.
Do you think that would hold a lot of these younger rappers back now because they don't have the mixtape era like we did, where you was getting on the hottest song and freestyle?
For sure. I think that holds a lot of rappers. I think it hold a lot of rappers back. I think it hold a lot of singers back because even again in a little bit we can play the clips of Coco Jones talking about just kind of like her frustration with the music business right now and trying to figure out like what her fans actually want from her, and how she can still kind of be pure to herself. So I do think that is kind of something that hurts a lot of artists, because you don't have the free will of just putting out freestyle. Cause I think that will benefit somebody like Rollo. I don't think Rollo makes a bunch of like super catchy shit. His catchy part to his shit is his actual bars, his punchline. So imagine if he could just sit here and I can do a freestyle over some whatever the new Drake or the whole new Drake project. So yeah, I do think that benefited people, rappers in the 2000s, where you can just, hey, I can go just do a whole freestyle tape and put it out. Shit, even looking for Drake early in his career, how that first project, nigga, he was doing a bunch of like freestyles, but he was doing like some R&B shit over it. So again, I do think that do kind of hurt a lot of artists in this day and age, where they kind of can't really put out a bunch of, and I feel like the labels kind of be dicking them, where you kind of just can't put out a bunch of music.
But right, if you were to do one, what would be your songs right now? Like, let's just say 5 right now that you would have to have on your, like,
spin that, shebang, probably JC. If you really want some super rapping shit, one of those super rapping songs off of the Iceman. So probably what's the John? What's the not the what was the John called? What, the one where he dissed DJ Khaled. What the fuck was the name of that song off of the Drake John? Damn, I can't remember the name of that song. The one that came. Let me see real quick. I can't remember off the top of my head. Drake. Let's go. What's the name of that song? Not from Library. Damn, well, I can't remember the name of the song off the top of my head. What was this jump? Oh, Make 'em Pay. Make 'em Pay. If I was anybody, I mean, of course you wouldn't hear Rick Ross do it, but any nigga who really feel like you could really on some rapping shit, I would definitely make them pay. I definitely would freestyle over there. I definitely would freestyle over Shebang. Definitely would freestyle over Spin That and
French Montana joint.
Since she left me, hell yeah. Yeah, those would have been a 5 right there. Again, like I said, shout outs to Rollo. Let's go. What was I about to sit here and say before I even talked about Rollo? It was what was I about to talk about real quick? I'm drawing a blank because I had it right here. We talked about the tram girl. We talked about. Let me get Drewski some love real quick, because Drewski, one real quick, I guess, because of course we was recording last week during the BET Awards, so we really didn't get to give any real commentary while I was on, because we had it on, but we just had it on mute, so you couldn't really hear everything. But this, I guess my thing is, and even just with some people, it's just on some corny shit to me, is Punch from TDE, where he sit here and got upset about them playing the saxophones on what Drewski did to SZA and
fucked that up.
What you mean?
Because even I didn't know it, and like I said, when you see it, you didn't know that's what they was trying to do.
See, I'm gonna tell you the only reason why. I'm gonna tell you the only reason why I get it, and because of course I be on Threads a lot, and that was like during Atlanta Dream games, their DJ always used to play that, especially after when they blew the Indiana Fever out. The DJ was playing the saxophone.
When he first introduced it, he said, "Oh yeah, if y'all go over the what's name,
I'm gonna play the sax."
Y'all get the sax. But that the way it sounded when she did that, it didn't sound like it.
I mean,
I didn't know. That's why I said I didn't know that's what they was doing.
I'm gonna keep my time. This is my favorite black girl. I'm gonna keep my time. I just want to say new music is coming soon. And for all the haters that have something to say about me, you better be ready for me to pop back out, because I'm coming with a new single and it's gonna kill everybody. What's up? Don't ever play with me.
Yeah, I don't think you shouldn't have just used the live saxophone.
But my thing of what you saying they should have just played just the actual jump from the movie. My only thing, even with Punch, and of course he ended up deleting it because a bunch of people was dragging him for it. It's just like, bro, Doechii carried this shit perfectly. She played into it like perfectly. She didn't get her feelings about it. She joked along with it because she understood it. Again, because she may be younger and she actually probably be on social media, so she kind of understood the meaning from it. And then again, starting the whole joint off, Drewski sitting here and said, "Hey, y'all go over your time. We're gonna play the saxophones." So of course nobody else didn't go over their times, and again they didn't show a bunch of awards either. So of course the first time we do the awards, we got 2 motherfuckers. 9 times out of 10, 2 people trying to get this shit off. They gonna eventually go over the time. So here come the saxophone people. Like you sitting here calling him weird and saying it was corny. Like what the fuck, nigga? This shit was funny.
But I think that's where it comes to when you saying you being older, male ego. It's like that's your artist. Like what the fuck are y'all doing? Why y'all doing this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like that plays a role. I don't think nobody, if it was anybody else, I still think they probably would have said something too. As a you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, why the fuck you interrupting my artist?
Man, I don't know. I feel like she carried it well.
No, she carried it right, but that's what I'm saying. But you just being like I said, I feel like because see, I'm trying to. Would you play it into it too?
She did though. It's over. She did it.
I'm saying you like if this was like the Go-Go Awards when you was managing XIB.
Yeah, because I know what it is, so I know the meaning behind it. So I'm not going to get upset about it. The shit is funny to me. Like again, and maybe it might be funny to me just because again I watched the WNBA and they literally and I followed the lady who is the DJ for the Atlanta Dream. Like that shit, everybody in their comment section putting the saxophones in that shit because the shit is funny. It's some cultural black shit. Or why would I not do it at the BET Awards? This is shit is supposed to be cultural.
I think they just messed up the whole. It should have been a soundbite instead of the actual saxophone.
The actual saxophone. Oh yeah, we was about to play Pooh Shiesty. That's what I was doing.
Oh shit! You dropped this done deal. So let them know you done deal. Let them know you dropping me. I drop you. No, say it. Who Shiesty dropping 10-17? Shout out. Real nigga ain't never did no police shit or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on. Bro, we just did that. That's done. What you do? You drop. You said you want to be dropped. You drop. Sign the paper. It's done. Oh shit! You dropped this done deal. So let them know you done deal. Let them know you dropping me. I drop you. No, say it. Who Shiesty dropping 10-17? Shout out. Real nigga ain't never did no police shit or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on. Bro, we just did that. That's done. What you do? You drop. You said you want to be dropped. You drop. Sign the paper.
Again, real quick, just for all the people who are overcritical on just even the whole Pooh Shiesty shit is dead and this, that, and the third. And this is one of the reasons why, again, I'll sit here and say this again. Go rewatch The Wire. Because I think a lot of times people, you super over judgmental, and a lot of people who get on these podcast microphones, a lot of people who voice their opinions on social media. Again, I think, and this is not a bad thing or a knock, I think a lot of people's life be too perfect. So you kind of don't understand people who just grew up straight off of fucked up circumstances. Don't know nothing else. They don't know no better from shit else. So all they know is what you see Pooh Shiesty doing. I'm not sitting here even giving him no benefit of the doubt for what he did or saying what he did. You should sit here and turn a blind eye to it. No, but I think realistically, a lot of y'all live too much of a perfect life. So you should sit here and take time to watch something, to sit here and humble your mind a little bit, to be like, damn, like, what if he just grew up like his dad? This nigga dad done been locked up for and then beat murder bodies before. So you can't sit here and think that a nigga who was raised by somebody who was beat bodies going to sit here and conduct business like regular fucking business people. So it's just, I think sometimes when people just talk about certain shit, I think you be over like, oh, this was stupid and this and the third. It's stupid to people who actually know business. Okay. But if you don't know fucking business, this ain't stupid. This some street shit. But Gucci Man is supposed to be a street nigga. I carried this like some street shit.
But do you feel like that's taking advantage of him?
What you mean?
Because like you saying, all right, he don't know no better. He been in the streets, so you gonna sign or you gonna agree to whatever I say. So it's like, all right, I see you. Like, all right, you got talent. I can just get this man to sign this deal, whatever the case may be. He ain't gonna know no better. And now, of course, you hear other people saying, "Nah, you fucked up. You need to get out this deal." Blah, blah, blah. And now he going
for sure. I think that's realistically that's the whole music business. Even if you kind of go back, if you listen to what India.Arie was about to say about the Clyde Davis nigga, I think a lot of people who have been in fucked up deals. I think the difference between a lot of other artists and Pooh Shiesty is a lot of these artists is just some bitch ass niggas, and you allow people to put you in fucked up deals and allow you to treat you and do whatever they want to you. And again, that's going back to the conversation when I sit here and say, I think a lot of people need to avoid some of these situations, like how that girl was on that fucking train, because I think a lot of people ain't really on shit. It's too many. No, we can pull up 100 different videos of 100 different type of artists complaining and crying about being in fucked up deals, how they couldn't drop their music. Just again,
Swift.
But everybody don't got Taylor Swift fan base. But you absolutely right. Taylor Swift was in a fucked up deal. Scooter Braun took her masters and whatever and sold the shit. But everybody don't got Taylor Swift fan base where I can go sit here and create my albums and my fan base is gonna sit here and make the new. I'm gonna redo the same old songs, redo them again, and now they're gonna make the newer songs sell even higher than everybody don't got Taylor Swift fan base, so everybody can't do it. But again, perfect example, what you just sit here and say, that look at Taylor Swift. But how many other artists sit here and do this shit? Think about shit. If you listen to Joe Budden enough, he used to play older black artists who was trying to do what Taylor Swift did. But he'll always sit and say, oh no, that shit don't sound the same. It sound bad. Never mind. So again, it's just kind of like you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. Because I can find 100 motherfuckers. Again, what you just sit here and say, like, damn, do you think the music business is a little fucked up because they can't drop mixtapes no more? Because think about how many artists sit here, get fucked by the label, and just sit here and complain about it. You cry, man, I was in a fucked up deal. I ain't know this and the third. I was young, this and the third. Pooh Shiesty's like, man, fuck this shit, nigga. Get me up out of this bitch. Like, again, it's like, it's only two ways you can kind of feel it. You can either respect it because this is a street nigga doing street shit, or you're going to just sit here and say he's stupid. Cool. But don't listen to what I'm saying. There's more dumb motherfuckers in the street who would do what Pooh Shiesty did than it is people who going to sit here and just sign a deal and just be okay with it. Like, I kind of respect this more because I'm tired of hearing niggas sit here on it's 2026 and niggas crying and complaining about the fucking music deal they in. I can't put out no music because my label fucking me over. Well, do something about it, bitch. You just told me the last two projects you was on, you was gonna slide on whoever, but you won't sit here. You sit here in this fucked up deal and can't put out music. You think you gonna get on the fucking timeline and cry to me about it? Fuck, what's the girl? Caribou. She on the jump crying now. Talking about, hey, can y'all guys sit here and support me on Twitch because I can't make no music off of whatever because I'm signed to Yachty. Like shit, I will respect.
Why would you even think that you? And that's why I say I don't feel bad for it. But that's why I ask: is it them taking advantage of these younger artists? It's just like even when we say when it comes to sport with the NIL deals, it's like, all right, I can offer you this, boom, boom, boom. You ain't gonna really see all the money. You only gonna see a certain amount of money. As long as I'm paying you, you still gonna work for free pretty much. So that's why I'm just like, are we just in that system now where it's just like, as long as I'm getting known or I'm getting this attention, I'm okay with signing whatever deal that I get put in front of me?
I think people just okay with signing whatever deal get put in front of them. Everybody not blessed with just having people who are business savvy, who know how to read contracts, and everybody not in the place where you can sit here and say, like, financially, I can turn down whatever somebody told me. Because imagine if Pooh Shiesty had maybe already had some money before he met Gucci Mane, and niggas kind of already seen the potential in him, and they sit here and put the money up for Pooh Shiesty so he don't got to take the Gucci Mane deal. Then you're not in this situation. So again, you're right. I think a lot of times do these labels and do these artists sit here and take advantage of niggas. You give them these fast deals, and then these niggas just disappear. Like, because let's be clear, like, think about how many people before this Pooh Shiesty shit, think about the thing around Gucci Mane. Oh, Gucci Mane is a horrible label because it's a jinx. Like, look how many people didn't sign to him and he died and this, that, and the third way. It's like, and this is, again, why people are so wishy-washy, because how do y'all sit here and say Gucci Mane is a horrible CEO, but now Pooh Shiesty just this dumbass nigga now? Like, make your mind up. Is it Gucci Mane, or it could be, or two things could be true. Gucci Mane could be a horrible CEO and do fucking bad deals, and endless niggas done told y'all this. This Pooh Shiesty is just the first nigga who stood on business and was like, nigga, I'm not about to play with you. But shit, you can go on YouTube and you can sit there and put in Frenchie, who used to be in Brick Squad. Frenchie for people who don't know who Frenchie is, he on Shirt Off. All you got to do is get on YouTube. He got endless fucking YouTube videos talking about how Gucci did him dirty. And he was signed to the original 1017 Brick Squad. Think about when Walker saying he was getting hot when Gucci was locked up. And Gucci came home acting funny because Walker was on fire. He didn't fucking need Gucci cosign. So again, this is not the first time, but again, a lot of people, the people who got super critical thinking points and talking points just ain't fans of down south music, so you really ain't paid attention to Gucci Mane's track record before it even got to the Pooh Shiesty shit. So Pooh Shiesty he's from the South, so he may have already remember all these stories, and again, sometimes people feel like niggas ain't gonna fuck me over, but I'm sure Pooh Shiesty, you get put down, you get locked up, you sit here doing your time, you kind of seeing how fucked up your money is, or you kind of figure like, damn, I could have made more money, because think about how big Back in Blood was. Like, at that time during the pandemic, that was one of the biggest songs in the world. This nigga was in jail. So I can only imagine when he kind of felt like all the money he was missing and felt like Gucci didn't do right by the bread. So yeah, of course I'm gonna feel some type of way. So again, like I said, I get that it's easy for people to be super critical on how Pooh Shiesty moved, but at the same time, I ain't one of them people to sit here and just be like, oh, this nigga's just an idiot. I just think sometimes people you do what you know. And if I grew up just on the gun game, guess what, you can't never sit here and play with a nigga who just really be just heavy on the gun shit. Or again, if you're people who like Trap Lord Ross did a fucking he did one of them YouTube videos on Pooh Shiesty and them. Just Google. All you got to do sometimes, like, I be thinking people just think because a nigga got signed to a record label deal, you can't turn off that savage. If you really about that life, a record label deal ain't gonna make you turn that shit off. If I'm really on that time and I done beef with niggas and been in shootouts with niggas on streets, again, if y'all like Trap Lord Ross, you watch his YouTube documentaries, all you got to do is go on YouTube, put in Trap Lord Ross Pooh Shiesty. He did a whole little YouTube series jump, maybe like 2-hour jump, where it was the back and forth between the Memphis niggas who Pooh Shiesty was running with and the niggas he was beefing with. Like, come on, dog. So again, like I said, he said, I don't know what to tell y'all niggas. But real quick, while we talking about music and we talking about music business deals, I do want to play this clip from Coco Jones.
I never came into this game knowing exactly like what I do. Like I knew I could sing my ass off. Like that was pretty clear. That was kind of like the only consistent, but like I didn't really have like a thing, you know? I don't think I really had like a thing. Personality, sure. Like relatable, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I think that is biting me in the ass right now. Like with this album, I feel like the reception that I'm getting out in the world is like confusion. Obviously, I get that because in the inner world, it's confusion. Not specifically about like what I stand for, what I'm trying to talk about, things of that nature, but really more like, how does it sound? How is it supposed to sound? What is the sound? I'm so drained. Actually, I'm so drained of this process of like trying to figure this shit out because I just feel like the thing with me is like, dang, she's almost there. It's like almost clicking. Like, what the hell is the almost? And why is there always an almost? How long is there going to be the almost? I feel like we're at the final hour of all of this almost shit. It either has to click or it's going to be over. And like, I'll always be like, damn, what could have been? That ain't it.
So again,
something like that. I feel like you too much in your own head. Because you think about like, dog, that last album, that was a good project. You had a hit on there. 2 of them.
For sure, but then I guess my pushback, where I think maybe in her mind, she may feel like she should be bigger than what she is just off of her raw talent ability. So maybe she feel like the songs ain't connecting with.
But can I ask you to be honest with you? You can have a big single here and there, but really, if you're an R&B singer, that's what you are. You can sing, back, right, all this. Like, I'm pretty sure Tank, all them, you probably feel like, well, I'm the biggest, artist, but I'm sitting here doing background singing for Chris Brown and Usher right now on tour. So that's why to me, like, I don't know your how big you thinking you supposed to be. Especially when it comes to R&B. Because when it comes to R&B, like an actual R&B singer, who is really big as an R&B singer?
I mean, realistically, we talking about I guess if we just went off for like tour size, realistically, it's only SZA and Chris Brown, if we being honest. Because everybody else.
Not even R&B. I mean, but SZA, they not consider, are they more so pop than it is R&B? I'm just talking about just pure R&B. I don't think no artist would Beyonce is not an R&B singer. Alicia Keys is not an R&B singer. Like who else you can name out there?
I honestly don't know, and I guess realistically, and maybe that's just a part of her frustration because I get if I'm going off of what you sit here saying, and let's say I agree with what you're saying, then I guess realistically where Coco Jones that would be it would be on point because you kind of doing the same size venues as everybody else that's in your peer group, again outside of your Chris Browns and your SZAs, and then you got to think about Chris Brown been doing this for a long ass time, so it's not like he ain't just somebody brand new. I guess SZA will probably be the only person that you can kind of say is still newish to doing this, and she still be able to do arenas and do co-headline tours, to do stadiums with Kendrick Lamar.
Doing more pop.
Yeah, more pop friendly songs, so for sure. Yeah, again, I mean,
you think it was Mariah Carey. That's not an R&B. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know what you're.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it get tricky, but again, I guess it's hard because you don't know necessarily what she kind of looking for. Because again, I was listening to Ebro and them, and when they were talking about artists that kind of has a bright future in being in the TV and movies, and so I guess somebody reached out to Rosenberg and was telling him like kind of lay off putting Coco Jones in that conversation because she really don't want to lean into the TV and movie shit. She more wants to be a music artist. So maybe that's one of the reasons why she getting frustrated, because more people like her for being Hillary on Bel Air than probably her music.
But then that's why I asked I think maybe this might be like an identity crisis or something like that, because it's just like, to me, what are you really looking forward to, or what are you trying to say that, oh, I'm not reaching? Because like I said, Coco Jones, you have those songs. So I don't know, like I said, who are you comparing yourself to? Because other than that,
I mean, I don't know, but I'm sure. I mean,
Mariah, like those are not. They all on the same playing field.
No, they all on the same playing field if we going off of just the size of the arenas they do. But I'm sure realistically, more people she probably in her mind may feel more people relate or fangirl over Mariah the Scientist than they do Coco Jones.
But that's the type of music that she's making. You're making more of the lovey-dovey. Mariah Side's making more of the toxic or whatever the case may be. So that's what I'm saying. That's the type of music. That's what I'm saying. When you look into your crowd, what are you looking for? Are you saying because, it's more white people in here than it is black people?
No, I'm sure Coco Jones probably still got a huge black fan base, but I'm sure she probably at the same time, I can imagine if I'm a great singer like Coco Jones, let's just keep it at Mariah Scientist. If I'm a great singer like Coco Jones, I can imagine I may get a little bit irritated to see Mariah the Scientist, me and Mariah the Scientist can do the same size venues.
But that's what's trendy.
But as somebody, if you a pure artist, that shit will get a little frustrating. Think about when Nas and them was getting frustrated with Soulja Boy and them, and Nas came out and said hip hop is dead because like, what the fuck are we doing with these ringtone niggas?
But that's what I'm saying. But when you saying your fan base, that's why I'm asking you, what are you really looking for? If you're looking for just the R&B circuit, or would that to be just your fan base, or that's what you're looking for, then that my question to you, like, you need to look more than that. You shouldn't just be an R&B singer.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you.
Because when you come to, like I said, when you look at all them other names, they touching more on the pop than it is R&B.
Yeah, I'm sure the Mariah the Scientist shit probably irritate her a little bit. If I'm just being honest. Shit, even looking for Kalani. I mean, I feel like even
but
for
Kalani been there. Like
no, but that's what I'm saying. But even for her though, go listen. If you go, matter of fact, I'll tell you the interview. The last interview that I listened to of hers was, I want to say it was when she was on Angel Reese Joe, and she kind of was sitting here saying like she been doing it for a minute.
But that's
so that for Folded. Think about it, she been doing it for a brick, and now her biggest song was Folded. I'm sure at one point in time she probably was getting frustrated until Folded come out.
But you still have, but that's why I'm saying when it comes to R&B, you still have a fan base. Your fan base is more loyal than anybody else. So if you really, like I said, if you're really into the R&B, or that's what you're trying to do, then what do you? Is the R&B is not that big of a, like, it's not pop.
I mean, I guess. Let me play this last Joan of her, and then we can go. I meant to play this Drewski Jones, because again, real quick, because Drewski real quick gets out. Matter of fact, let me play this Coco Jones, and I go to Drewski.
Two sides. So I think just pulling back the curtain and showing some of the process and letting them inside your world, and then there's also showing them how you're planning and the intention behind why you're picking certain songs or why you wrote this, and why it's like. It's all about context. Like if it's just, hey, pick a song, I like these songs, or if it's like, hey, I wrote this song from this perspective, and you're pulling the actual curtain back into your creative process and who you are as an artist, that to me is more important. But that's content. I think with Love a Girl, that's just like we got this like amazing video, amazing photos, but what's missing is why you wrote it, what it's about, how it aligns in your life. Those pieces of content I haven't seen. And I feel like that's what's been missing, and we've had that from the first project.
I mean, obviously I didn't write it fully, so it's not all the way me. Like, I should have thought about, okay, well, this is all that I've put out. Where am I going next? What are these other songs that have come straight from me? What are they like, tempo-wise, and what are they talking about? And then how does this make sense in that body of work? Okay, maybe it's a little too fast, you know?
Well, I think there was other conversations around that. It's like there's a lot of conversations going on around and about your love life, whereas like it was kind of a soundtrack to what was going on, you being your Love a Girl era. And it was at the time the best song that represented that. Right now, since then, you've cut more records, but again, this is all about a rollout. There's going to be different songs that happen and occur.
So let me ask this: how does Body So T fit into that story in a non-confusing way to the audience? Like, all they've seen right now is Love a Girl, and I'm going up, going faster than I've ever went.
Here's a better question. I think there's two sides.
So real quick, just to switch gears a little bit, Erica, have you seen on Netflix Worst Neighbor Ever?
No, I heard about it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Again, when I say there is some shows and some movies on TV where you kind of just watch them and kind of give yourself a reality check. And I do want people to watch it real quick. And you probably, because I want to say it's broke down into four different series. And the last one is probably will hit home a little bit more for people because it's a black couple. And like, they're a black couple. They got a blended family. They just getting married. They want to sit here, get their own home and stuff. And where like the dude really like he got a good nice job at the bank. Both of them work in the bank. I want to say both of them work for Wells Fargo, but like in the corporate business of Wells Fargo. So, but this dude really ain't like into like he ain't on some super tough rah-rah shit. And it kind of move like getting your first home, you kind of move into a neighborhood where you may need a little bit of some tough rah-rah to you. And that one, I think that was one of the reasons why that story, that last story probably hit people a little bit harder than the rest of them, because it was like, damn, it's like, man, he was just trying to do, like, he just wasn't on some street shit. And the nigga who was like, he was getting into it with was really kind of like taking him there. And not even necessarily just on some street shit. He just ain't kind of really want to be on nothing for real quick. But I do, before I play the clip of just getting into this Joan, I want to talk about this. You sent the Joan on TikTok. And this is some parents and shit real quick, because they're kind of y'all parents, so I kind of really realistically want to hear y'all opinion on it. So you sent the video on TikTok that was going viral of, I guess this was a dad and his daughter, I guess his young high school daughter. To me, they kind of look like they was in middle school, but I seen people in the comments saying this was high school. So cool. So basically they had a would you be my girlfriend moment. So his is for his daughter and for, I guess, her female friend that she wanted to take it further and not be female. So they had a little sign, and the sign was like, will you be my girlfriend? It had a little box at the joint. You check it off, yes or no. The little girl checked it yes, and then she had like a little gift basket for her. So of course, a lot of people in the comment section was like championing that shit, I guess, because they were parents. And again, I guess that kind of go back to the conversation we was having a few weeks ago when we was talking about the shy, and then they kind of bounced onto our conversation about just, it was the Father's Day conversation. So for people who you may just be listening to the first time, you can go back and listen to the Father's Day episode where we were kind of talking about when is it too soon and too early to have, I guess, like even the sex conversations about your kid. So watching that as somebody who don't got kids, but I was kind of like, damn, is this a little bit too fucking much? Because I'm not even sitting here saying, even if it was a little girl and she was doing this to a boy, or this was a boy and a girl, it's like, damn, do you want your parent to kind of be like disinvolved in your dating life as a kid? Because I kind of want to be sneaky as a kid. Like when I was a kid, I want to sneak and do my shit. Like I want to say, hey, Mark, you take me to go get my hair done, and I'm over that motherfucker like dry humping for 3 hours. It don't take 3 hours to get no fucking cornrows. I don't want you to know that I'm over there. I want you to think I'm really just getting cornrows. Like this shit felt like my mom and dad is holding my hand to the dry humping stage.
No, I think it's more so about just having an open line of communication with your kids.
I think it's more so because I look at it, this wasn't the first. I'm pretty sure it's not the first time. So like I said, she probably been around and all that. So now it's like, all right, well, why you just don't ask to be your girl?
And then
know your kids. And
then I kind of was thinking like, damn, what if I was the other person's kid? So now that I'm seeing my kid go super viral because she come to your house and you got a fucking like, I don't know, dog. And maybe that's just me seeing, maybe I would think different of it if it wasn't just two girls, but it was just like, I don't know, dog. That shit just ain't, that shit to me just seemed like that's just a little too much.
What, he just recording it?
Yeah, he was just recording it.
He didn't talk in it, right?
No, he ain't talking it. It was just.
I mean.
But yeah, you didn't talk in it because you put the music over because you probably was talking, and then now if I could hear what I was actually saying in there, people probably may even be rubbed a little bit more differently the wrong way, because it was just, to me, it was just like.
No, but you gotta think about it though. Our parents and took us movie dates, all that. So I like I said, I get it. It's a new day and age.
It's either you want to let them sneak and do it and feel like they can't come and talk to you about nothing, or
like, all right, it is what
no,
it is.
I want you to sneak and do it, and I want you to you can still talk to me, but I don't want to just sit here.
Then if you I'm not going to sneak. I can't. If I feel like I got to sneak, then that means I can't talk to you.
That's why I'm sneaking.
Because I did, like, my oldest daughter was like, all right, I guess if you're gonna do it, be sneaky and don't let me find out. And then, like, with my last daughter, it's more so like, be open. Just we can talk about it, because kids gonna do what they want to do, right? Regardless of whether you tell them yes or no. So I would rather be aware.
No, I guess I wouldn't be mad at knowing that my kid is dating, especially if your kid is in high school, cool, or they got their little boyfriend and girlfriend, cool. But I just think just the whole little fucking the sign and the basket, it's like,
it was different between Christmas.
What you mean?
When you buying gifts and doing the Christmas thing. What's the difference? You making a basket or gift for whoever it is?
I guess.
When Miles's wife said this,
all of the cops that I feel like I've seen their faces over and over and over again for months. And I'm just like, how many of you saw him tormenting us forever?
what it felt like. And no one did anything. Like, no one did anything.
That pissed me off so bad because why does this seem like the same song and dance when it comes to the stories of neighbors from hell and people trying to get help? I had to redo my review because I had some more stuff to say. Worst Neighbor Ever on Netflix from my faves at Blumhouse, which is part of the collection that includes The Worst Roommate and Worst Ex. And if you've never watched it, it basically tells stories of people that are horrible humans. And they recreate the stories using these cartoon characters and also interviewing the ones involved. Now, I've watched a lot of shows about trash neighbors, and one of the most horrible ones was the one that, you know, Netflix had put out last year, The Perfect Neighbor.
Ooh, Netflix. Oh my gosh, y'all broke me with this one.
Ruined me. But why is the common denominator with all of these stories the fact that the people being harassed get treated as if they are bothering the ones that are supposed to protect them? Now, I'm sure this is not the case for every police department, so I don't need the Paw Patrol coming for me, but the ones that we have seen on these stories shared, it's the same thing. And I just, it doesn't make sense to me. It shouldn't take a person's window being busted out 20 times for you to do something. We shouldn't hear a 911 call being played back in the irritation in the operator's tone because she's talked to this person 10 times before about this same situation. I feel time and time again, especially with these stories, the ball is just dropped. A lot of this could have been stopped if the reports are taken more serious and the people involved are truly charged and not just getting a slap on the wrist and sent on their way. It's like when I watch my true crime shows and a person goes missing and you call the cops reporting them as a missing person, but because they're an adult, they won't do anything. And you're like, hold on, but this person is my person and I know their routine and I know this shit isn't normal and you need to check it out and listen to me the first time. It'd be so frustrating. Okay, but if you want to check it out and be mad too, head to Netflix and hit play.
Again, and that's why I said the name of this one is The Worst Neighbor Ever. And I believe it was the first one was the white woman and the black dude who went together. And the man, that first jump, I could take the two jumps that kind of threw me off the most and kind of made you really feel some type of way was the very first one. And the only thing I guess my biggest critique about how Netflix do this jump is when they're telling the stories, you kind of already know who's going to be dead because again, and that's probably one of the trends on, if you see on TikTok and Instagram right now, it's a trend on social media where people are like, this is how I would do my Netflix series, and you'll see him coming and talking. But I hate the way, because it's like the first 5 or 10 minutes of the jump, you kind of know who dead because those people ain't no longer in the series where they not sitting here interviewing them. So you kind of know how it's going to play off. That'd be my only thing I kind of don't like. So again, like I said, for the very first jump, to start this series off was a country family, and they kind of live like in a small like in a country setting, like literally like, hey, my mom live here, my sister live here, the grandparents live here type of situation. And then it was like this one woman who was like a friend of the family, they let her move in, and then she ended up becoming like the worst roommate, and they kick her out, and she ended up becoming a neighbor, and then it just ended up like the story end with her sitting here, and again, this is how I let you know how small a town it was. Dog, their door was unlocked. The woman opened the door. You imagine somebody opening your door as soon as they open the door. Boom! She literally, this lady was so crazy and outrageous. Though, when I was sitting here and say this woman who ended up shooting the one lady in the face and ended up killing her husband, though this lady literally called the police, no exaggeration, probably like 70 to 100 times, like to the point where the police just was getting irritated with how many times she kept calling the phone, and they wasn't even sitting here like trying to even come and respond to the shit. And that is one of the things you kind of get to see, especially with those two stories, the very first one and the last one, when she talking about the gentleman Miles and his wife, because it was like they kept calling the police. And the police was just dragging their feet with the jump. But I'm talking about, listen to me. Dog, this lady opened their door, walked in, shot the one lady in her fucking face and left her, and then end up smoking her husband and stood over the husband. And the husband was black. He was playing this, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Those two kind of threw me off the most because it was just like, what
so it's
the
not
fuck?
The same person, it's different.
It's different people, so it's broke down. It's 4. I want to say it was either 3 stories or 4, because I can remember 3, so it may not be 4, maybe 3. It was the one that the first couple was the one I just talked about, and then the last one was the black couple who both worked at Wells Fargo. So, and then it was one in the middle. Like the one in the middle, it was, let's be clear, I mean, somebody died in every last one of them, but the one in the middle when they kind of was like trying to do fraud, and they was doing trying to do an insurance scam and had their house end up blowing up, which it was crazy because they lived in like a townhouse community. So, and the house blew up where it fucked up like endless houses on the road because of course it's a townhouse. But one of the neighbors died. So again, that one, I mean, again, I'm not saying that one wasn't sad, but to me, it wasn't as sad and you didn't kind of feel like, because that shit was kind of like, that one was just like random. All right, there's some people just doing some insurance fraud. The shit just went too far. It is what it is. Again, like I said, not trying to disregard the people who lost their life in that one. But the first one and the last one kind of was just like fucked up because it was like, and the people kept calling the police trying to get the shit fixed.
So is they highlighting pretty much, do you really know your neighbor type of situation?
Not even do you really know your neighbor, where it was like you kind of just don't know how many people, because of the very last story, the dude was he was their neighbor, so they moved into this community, and it was a older mother who had her 2 sons who lived with her across the street. So they end up getting evicted, but the son wouldn't, like the mother ended up leaving. The other son never came back to the neighborhood, but one of her sons, like I guess he was like on drugs. He kind of like he kept coming back to the house. After he got kicked out the house, he said he still kept coming back, and he was squatting. And like they had, like, this was in California, so they got like one of them little outhouses in the back. He was squatting in that jump. And he kept coming back and then end up start harassing this family. And that's one of the reasons why I'm sitting here saying like the dude Miles, he was just too nice. And especially you talking about, I want to say they got like, I want to say he had 3 kids of his own. Or he had 2 kids of his own. The woman he married, she ended up having her own daughter, and then they end up having a kid. And it was fucked up thing is he ended up dying before his fucking daughter was even born.
Damn.
But it was like the dude literally kept. I'm talking about like the nigga. Listen to the thing I'm saying like his thing about his mother and his mother and his brother, they got evicted. So after they got evicted, it was like 5 months. This nigga just kept breaking their windows. So it got so bad he broke all their windows out there. The nigga, they didn't even have no windows no more. They just boarded up their house.
They still live in it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But I'm like, if you're going to do all that, man, like, fuck that. Again, I say that all the time, and I know sometimes I be sounding like I'm being over dramatic, where it's like, bro, sometimes you gotta just be like, man, when the fuck am I going to go to jail? Now you to the point where niggas see him, you living in, again, well, go watch it, Joe. One of the neighbors like, dog, their house look like a crack house.
But that's what I'm saying. But when you say, well, when I'm going to go to jail, it's like, all right, then I go to jail, then the house going to be up, because I'm in jail, so who paying the bills and all that?
I mean, his wife had a good job.
Oh shit! Oh, okay.
Yeah, she wasn't like.
Oh, it wasn't no. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like, man, fuck that. Like, but again, rest in peace to him. Again, like I said, if you need something to watch on Netflix, they got that on there for you. I guess.
How do you be coming across these?
Man, I just be on social media and people be talking about it. Like I see that. I don't know how bad Threads be.
Oh, it's not like it just popped up on my
Netflix. I mean, of course it end up doing it because most of the time when people be talking about these shows, they end up becoming so popular that it'll end up trending like number 1 or number 2 on Netflix. But if I see enough people talking about it on Threads, I'll just end up going to watch it.
Okay.
But let's get into a little bit of sports real quick because I mean, of course, there's some huge stories going around. I guess because last week we didn't get a chance because the trade didn't go down. Let's go Jaylen Brown first.
How can we cut costs, but in the long run, but still be competitive? Right. And so I think at the end of the day, it was a combination of some things that maybe turned off the franchise that was said, the combination of money-driven obligations in the future, and this is what we've come to. So it is what it is. But at the meantime, when you look at the Celtics roster, it's still a roster that you look like they say, hey, they can still come out the East with this roster. Yeah. So, it's unfortunate because, he, like I said, he poured his soul into the city. He was a finals MVP, a champion. And although I think he feels like he doesn't get the respect that he deserves maybe from the organization, but Jaylen has to understand this is what your career has been built on. Not being respected. You didn't make the Olympic team. Mm-hmm. It's like you're not. You're not in the top 5 all NBA. You know what I'm saying? So like this is what keeps you hungry, Jaylen, and you have to come to the fact that. And I came to this realization as a Boston Celtics also. Like, listen, I know I'm not respected like I feel like I should, but sometimes that's what keeps you hungry, and sometimes those are the things that motivate you to keep you and drive you to become the player that you are today, which is a future Hall of Famer, possibly a top 100 player when they announced that. Sure. And so, you know, things happen for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that he was getting traded, but I was in shock because of where he got traded to. So that's where the disappointment lies in me, and also what they got in return. And that's no disrespect to Paul George. I think he's still a heck of a player. But this asset, I've seen Rudy Gobert get 5, Mikal Bridges get 5. I've seen Desmond Bane get 5 picks. And Paul George, again,
you're not
a very good player, but you did not get enough in return to send him directly to the ops. Like, you just lost to this team in the playoffs.
So again, go ahead.
Paul Pierce, a perfect person to speak to, because this is Paul. This is Antoine Walker and Paul Pierce all over again. Who gonna regret it more? It's a tricky situation.
What you mean? Where you feel like it's tricky at?
If Boston don't win another ring,
let's be clear. Boston's not gonna win shit. And that shit Paul Pierce saying is because Paul Pierce is a Boston Celtics. He still get to go to games for free. Let's just call a spade a spade. That Boston Celtics trade was the dumbest shit I ever fucking seen in my life. Paul George had been playing like fucking dog shit. Paul George is so fucking weak minded that them niggas made him. They chased him from not having a fucking podcast no more. He allowed the fucking media and I didn't even see and say people in Philly. Niggas didn't even really. I never seen Philly fans really be like, "Hey, Paul George, you podcasting too much." But I seen people in the media, and again, that's the difference why people don't like Jaylen Brown, and that's why niggas keep trying to run on that him thinking he the smartest in the fucking room. Dog, do you niggas know how dumb most people think people who talk about sports are? What the fuck are we talking about? This nigga literally can sit here and go get a job at NASA. This nigga literally sit here and was doing lectures at Harvard, and you talking about that he not supposed to think he the smartest person in the room? Like, dog, that fucking dog whistling that they doing on these fucking sports shows, and most sports niggas is too stupid that they can't even take up for him. And shout out to the people like Rich Paul and like you fucking Draymond Green who using their platforms and actually taking up for him and sitting here calling out the spade to spade. Like, I'm not sitting here about to sit here and make it seem like fucking Paul George is worth fucking Jaylen Brown. Like, let's cut the fucking jokes. No, fucking Paul George ain't been worth shit and God knows how long. And that's why it's the running joke where they sitting here saying Paul George may be the fucking greatest trade piece in NBA history. Like, we ain't about to sit here and make it like fucking Paul George about to sit here and go play for Boston and do what Jaylen Brown just did. No, Jaylen Brown was damn near just averaging 30 points a fucking game and carried a fucking team that was dog shit to the number 2 seed in the East.
That's why I just asked that, how it's crazy that you traded. That's why I say it's more so you was rubbing people the wrong way. If they traded you, you just carried that team by yourself for Jason Tatum, who we don't even know if he's going to be 100% healthy, if he is 100% healthy, to carry that franchise.
Nigga, let me read off Jaylen Brown shit real quick. Jaylen Brown. Oh, my bad. Why the fuck is this shit coming on? I cut it off. Maybe it won't. All right, Jaylen Brown went to Cal Berkeley. Jaylen Brown has also worked at NASA. He also did an internship as a college professor, actively contributes to the community, and he was a multi-all-star, finals MVP, NBA. What's the little joint they do now? The Eastern Conference. When they do the little MVP for the Eastern Conference, whoever would come out of the East, he won. He was the first person to win it too. Matter of fact, was it the Larry Bird Eastern Conference MVP? He won that joint. So it's like, bro, what are we talking about? Like, that just to me, and you sitting here saying you got rid of that for fucking Paul George. I'm saying, Paul George is a nigga who's not mentally strong enough to could not sit here and say, man, y'all can suck my dick. I'm gonna still keep podcasting. He's so mentally weak that niggas made him back his podcast up. And you can't sit here and tell me that the active athletes, Breonna Stewart is a fucking walking bucket right now. And she got a podcast with Miles Turner every fucking week. And she drop it weekly. Don't miss a fucking episode. But Paul George is too, man. Get the fuck out of here, dog. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm cool on Boston. That racist shit that y'all be doing. Matter of fact, where my man, guy, where's this nigga?
Hey there. Yeah. They call you the N-word.
What?
Yeah, they gonna call you that.
They say, but that's not what they say. They say that's
that's a lie. When they drunk, they gonna call you that. Because one thing about people in Boston, I played there and I love Boston. They drink to get belligerently drunk.
Yeah.
And you know when a mother gets really drunk, they're gonna be loose with the lips.
Yes.
And I've definitely heard someone call me that outside of a restaurant Cause I didn't want to take a picture with him.
Loose lips are a sober mind's thought, though.
Exactly.
You don't think? Hey, if I want to get drunk, I ain't thinking about stealing a space shuttle. Because I ain't never thought about that drunk when I was sober.
Exactly. But also you know what also I'll say this?
What's that?
I think also for what JB stands for,
yes,
the city of Boston is different than that.
Yes.
And I think he stands I think when I look at JB, he's doing stuff that like Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, what he stands for, right? Bill Russell.
Yes,
he stands for something so big, which I love about him. Because for him to be from, a kid from Atlanta, from the upbringing he had, going to Cal Berkeley, which brothers from Atlanta don't go to Cal Berkeley. And then him being that educated, now going to one of the more, old school traditional New England towns and standing up for our people.
Yes.
I commend that.
Right.
And I think, he's the type of guy, like he wants to always beat the odds.
Right.
And I think Boston is a town that they can't handle it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think he knows that
He's
too.
very outspoken.
Yeah, he's outspoken.
Yeah.
And I love that about him. I never want him to change.
Yeah.
And I actually like the fact that he wants to be there because it's like that city needs change.
Right.
I play there.
Again, shout out to Tristan Thompson. I know you can feel however you want about Tristan Thompson. I do know Tristan Thompson do a lot of wild shit. They be rubbing people the wrong way. But what he said was just the honest truth. And again, it's nothing nobody can sit here and tell me. Who?
Tristan played in Boston?
Yeah, for a hot second like that, like right after, when he was bouncing around for a minute, which at one point in time, I would say Tristan Thompson, you can Google, he might play for like 5 teams after LeBron left Cleveland. I want to say he played like for a couple teams. I know for a fact he played for Chicago.
I didn't know it.
I know he played for Boston for a second. I want to say he went back to Cleveland. Then he went to the Lakers. And then he might have went. Did he go to Toronto? He might have went to Toronto. He played. I know he bounced around a couple after LeBron ended up leaving Cleveland.
Boston,
but again, like I said, with the Boston shit, and then you even just listen to how people just sitting here talking about Jaylen Brown and the people who are coming out, your Colin Cowherds, your Ben Simmons, Bill Simmons. It's just a lot of these older white talking heads. Again, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people just don't even be listening to them, and you kind of be looking for new voices to listen to in the sports media because it just be like that little extra dog whistle, that extra little dog pound. Like, dog, Jaylen Brown was hooping last year.
No,
Like, that's
but I think it also can be true. He probably could feel like he was the smartest in the room.
But what's wrong with that?
I think that's a lot. That's a lot wrong with it, especially when it comes to when you owning the team. Like your very voices. I mean, just saying with Kyrie. Like I feel like you're being two voices. We're not on that same what's name. I can't have that on my team. Look at all the other stars that's out there right now. They really don't talk that much. You got the Jalen Brunsons, you got the Kevin Durant. They really don't speak on a lot of this stuff. And like I said, we always look for LeBron to speak on all the little social justice. Like I said, Jaylen Brown was the one who speak on a lot of it. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, that's something right there. You probably rubbed them owners the wrong way.
No, listen what I'm saying. I think everybody kind of that, but I think that to me that doesn't make it right neither. I think that shit, and that's one of the reasons why. Again, shout out to Jaylen Brown for one. That's why because he went and started to do his own shoe. And for niggas who are like, you don't want niggas to just be sitting here playing sports and just shutting the fuck up and just like, hey, I'm gonna be quiet. Save your bread. Nigga, I'm gonna get paid. I'm gonna save my money so I don't gotta sit here and shut the fuck up when y'all want me to shut the fuck up. I'm not sitting here. I don't need y'all. I don't need y'all that made enough money. Nigga, I didn't come into this world and thinking I was gonna be a multi-millionaire. Now I'm overly rich. I'm cool. I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep popping my shit. I'm gonna stay on my streaming joke. He even made jokes after he got traded, called his new teammates, still sit here and talk the little shit. Yeah, I was shutting the process down and all that. Man, I'm cool, dog. Like niggas I'm not here for niggas to sit here and just be some shut up and dribble ass niggas. And niggas be loving for these motherfucking athletes to just shut the fuck up and do what the fuck they say. I'm cool on that, dog.
To understand the real reason why Jaylen Brown is targeted like he is. And I'm sick of seeing people beating around the bush when it comes to it. You remember this article back in 2016 where scouts literally said that his draft stock might fall because he's too smart? Because that is a real thing. Let's be real. Jaylen Brown is America's worst nightmare. An educated black man from the South who's culturally aware and socially aware about the world he's living in. He's fully independent, has his own shoe and clothing brand, no agent. And he constantly speaks about the importance of ownership. And I get it. When you have other superstars in the NBA, they love to go by the script. Jaylen Brown does not. He's outspoken. He'll speak out about injustices in the world, civil rights, or just the mistreatment of marginalized people. And I remember vividly when Breonna Taylor got killed back in 2020, he stood up for her. In fact, he's one of the few superstars I've seen even do that. And he even drove 15 hours from Boston to Atlanta to stage a protest. So he doesn't only talk the talk, He walks the walk. And you can't just shackle a man like that down. That's why the NBA is afraid. When you see reports about him being the 7th best player on a championship team, even though he just won Finals MVP 2 years ago, it's all a script. And when you have paid puppets like Stephen A. Smith who pushes his narrative about him being unmarketable just to make his bosses happy, it's no accident. Because if you really think about it, what makes him unmarketable? If you, or let's say I, as a black man, not hire an agent and create my own shoe and clothing brand, and also use my $300 million contract to uplift my community, not buy bullshit like cars and chains like other people do, and even go to schools like Harvard or Berkeley to teach the next generation about wealth, financial literacy, ownership, instead of doing the same regular BS these athletes do, how would you be treated? Well, if you look at somebody like Jaylen Brown, that'll be your answer.
And again, that's the crazy thing about just the world and the times we just live in. Again, that it was literally, and that was one of the things I guess last week when he said I got tired of the analytics people, because somebody came out and said the analytics sit here and say that fucking Derek White had a better season last year than Jaylen Brown, and then on analytics would sit here and say that Jaylen Brown was the 7th best player on the average NBA team. And again, that shit is, and that's one of the reasons why I sit here and say that analytics shit is stupid. Nobody who sit here and actually watch basketball games in your fucking right mind would sit here and say that Derek White is better than Jaylen Brown on any given night. It just ain't happened. Derek White is the reason why they fucking blew a 3-1 lead, because this nigga couldn't hit the side of a fucking bomb. Like, what are we talking about, though? So again, like I said here and said, shout out to Jaylen Brown. Shout out to Jaylen Brown for not shutting up and just allowing these niggas to say whatever they want and use their platform to just drag your name through the mud. And again, I ain't gonna lie to you, the 76ers get fucking LeBron James, it's gonna be a lot of motherfucking 76ers jerseys you're gonna be seeing people with. I do want to sit here and play
MB, you on the clock. I tell you that motherfucking right. You can't win this or make it to the fucking finals, nigga. That shit is a wrap.
Where's my where was the Jaylen Brown? Not Jaylen Brown. Where was the
Who would you want to see LeBron
at? Let's go through it right now. I sent you the John. Damn, what the fuck was I just trying to look for? Hold on.
I'm seeing a lot of Jaylen Brown slander on my timeline, and I'm going to tell you a quick story to let you know Jaylen Brown has been dealing with this type of stuff since day one. Jaylen Brown is coming out of Cal Berkeley after having a phenomenal freshman year. 2 of my boys are scouts on 2 lottery teams. They both say, we might not take Jaylen Brown. I say, why? I said, the guy had a phenomenal year. They said, man, got too many interests outside of basketball. I said, what? Unless one of them selling dope, it really shouldn't matter. I even broke down the NBA Players Day. I was like, yo, you do know you can work out as a player for an extra 4 hours a day, 2 hours before practice, 2 hours after practice, and then practice, because practice is only like an hour in the league. That's 5 hours. You still got the rest of the day to do whatever you want. I said, when you say he has other interests, when I looked at his bio, all I saw was the debate team and the chess club. What are we doing? Y'all do know this does sound like coded language. And they were like, listen, B, I understand, but that's just what the room is saying. So when you see Jaylen Brown on his Twitch and his streams or whatever it is that he's doing, where he's acting a certain way, he's had to deal with being viewed a certain way ever since he came out of Cal Berkeley. And all he's done is be a great basketball player, a good person in the community, and an intellectual. I think it's a little funny how they view him. That's just me, but what?
All right, so real quick. So again, like I said, man, shout out to Jaylen Brown. So real quick, let's write down some of these teams that they're sitting here saying for LeBron James wish list. And I'll play a clip after we talk about this real quick from Rich Paul, because he did a breakdown on these teams as well. So we got the Philadelphia 76ers. We got Tyrese Maxey, VJ Ekstrom. I don't know how I know I'm fucking up his name, but VJ, Jaylen Brown. It would be LeBron at the power forward, Joel Embiid. That will be for the Sixers. That one will be my front leader outside of between them and Minnesota. Of course, the Golden State Warriors is Steph is what's my name? Porzingis, whatever the fuck his last name is, the little white boy who be at all the Valkyrie games. Draymond Green, what's his name?
That's Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis.
No, but what's his?
You talking about
Paz? I know they call him Paz, but I know his last name is something Zingis. His last name at the end of his name is Zingis. Something. It's Brandon. They call him Paz. I know he be at all the Valkyries
on
games.
the Golden State team as a starter?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were talking about Chris Porzingis.
No, I ain't talking about no. I know who Chris Porzingis is. No, he on there. He played the center. And Draymond Green. To me, I'm cool on the Warriors shit. I'm not really geeking like to see Steph and fucking LeBron play with each other. I'm cool. The Cavaliers is of course James Harden, Donovan Mitchell will be LeBron at the 3. You got Evelyn Mobley at the 4, and you got Jared Allen at the 5. I still wouldn't be mad at the Cleveland thing. That would be cool. But of course, just the video game purpose, I gotta go to Minnesota. I'm cool. Like the Miami shit still just don't look like it's too. All these niggas gotta kind of go to the basket to get a bucket. None of them ain't no clutch 3-pointer outside of the what is his name? Donovan. It's not his name ain't Donovan Mitchell. What's his Davion Mitchell? He's probably the only one who could legitimately still go get a bucket, kind of shoot the midi, shoot the 3. Everybody else I feel like you gotta go get dunked. Andrew Wiggins got to go to the basket. He got a cool little mid-range, but LeBron, mid-range, got a dunk. Giannis and fucking Bam, both of them niggas got a dunk. Both of their mid-range games suspect as fuck. So I'm cool on the Miami shit.
I would take it, but
I mean, of course, you're a Miami Heat fan. I don't expect for you to say nothing else. But I mean, realistically, to me, we talking about just off some video game shit that I would stay up, especially if you're on the West Coast, that I would stay up and actually watch them play late night games. Minnesota, of course, LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards.
Same thing you just said, right? I think you.
For which one? What you saying? What's the same thing?
With Minnesota, they all got to have a ball in their hand. I can see Anthony Edwards kind of deferring away, but LaMelo's not going to. He has to be on the ball.
Yeah, but he could be on the ball and still get you 14 assists though. Like LaMelo Ball had games with 30 points and 14 assists.
So then what is LeBron doing?
Nigga, wherever LeBron goes now, he gonna be the 3rd or 4th option. I don't think he want to go nowhere and be nothing less.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But if he would have went to Miami, right? Let's say he went to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
You're more so the point guard. You running the offense. You running the floor.
Mm-hmm.
If you went to Cleveland, you would be doing the exact same thing.
Would you? Because I feel like you'll let James Harden do that.
No. We didn't see what James Harden and done, and James Harden still ain't showing up. Maybe for the right, maybe.
But I'm saying he's saying the best version of James Harden is the James Harden to pass. You saying James Harden don't show up when they talking about scoring. So if realistically, if I'm going,
but see, I think that's the thing. I think James Harden is the best when he's scoring, not passing. I think you start doing the passing because they took away you getting the fouls. They took away that when after you left Houston, they took that away when you play with KD and all of them. They took that away from you. So you're not who you really want to be. Because everywhere you've been, Philly, you wasn't a scorer.
Yeah, he was leading the league in assists though.
But that's not James Harden. You ain't picking James Harden to pass the ball. We know that.
I mean, I guess.
No, I said the Minnesota look like I said it looks good. But I don't know.
Minnesota look great.
It look, but all right. But is LeBron dunking like that? See, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking for you talking about highlights.
That's what I'm saying. LeBron James, if he go to Minnesota, he can do what Aaron Gordon did for Denver. He ain't got to do nothing else. I can play the 4. You can allow McDaniels to play the 3, and McDaniels gonna kind of make McDaniels and Gilbert and Rudy Gobert gonna make up for all my defensive liability shit that I kind of maybe will not sit here and do. If LeBron James could be the nigga who checking your 2nd or 3rd best player now, and I don't got to check, and they ain't got to sit here and check your 1st, because when he was in LA, nigga, they was looking for LeBron to still be checking the best player on the fucking other team. Like, nigga, I'm 42 years old. I'm not supposed to be checking a 20-year-old in his fucking prime. I'm supposed to be able to do what Aaron Gordon do. So wherever LeBron go, if it's Philly or it's Minnesota, and you see him saying, I get to play the older nigga role, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not supposed to be still trying to be like the best defender. I think for Miami, again, you don't even know what you really going to get from Giannis, to be honest. Like, I think it's just still too many questions. I think it's too many for Miami and Golden State. I think it's just too many questions of like, some of these niggas is old, and some of these other niggas you see here saying they injury prone. Even for Golden State, like Jimmy Butler ain't even in the conversation or even on the picture because Jimmy Butler's still fucking hurt.
But that's why I say even with the Miami thing, I can probably fill in or make other players better. San Antonio, like I said, if you go to but see, Pop is not there no more. I feel like San Antonio would be a perfect fit for you because they don't have a point guard to really you with the young boy. I feel like that would have been a great fit for you to sit here. I win a championship and ride off to the sunset.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron want to go nowhere where he ain't gonna get his credit no more. You go to San Antonio, you never gonna get the credit the same way when you went to LA.
If you want the credit, the best place for you to go where you're gonna get all the fucking credit and you could trump Michael Jordan is fucking the Wizards.
I mean, I would like that too, but I'm just going off of the teams that they got right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would be if you want to see it, because I feel like you won't. I mean, okay, if you did went to Miami and win, you would get credit. Minnesota, you will get credit. Golden State, you ain't gonna get no credit. Cleveland, you ain't gonna get no credit because you already won there in Cleveland twice. Well, I mean, once.
Say the Rich Paul John. I thought I did. Real quick, let me play this little boy with the Jaylen Brown thing. We can get
Him and celebrate him. What do you want to see to Jaylen Brown?
I love you so much, and you mean a lot to me, and you are my favorite player in the whole NBA.
Oh,
and thank you for everything that you have done with this healthy. Thank you,
baby. I was mommy cry. Why are you crying? Why are you sad?
Because Jaylen Brown got traded.
What does Jaylen Brown mean to you?
A lot.
I know Pelinka win that.
You gonna be happy for him and you gonna be happy for him and celebrate him?
I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit is just, man. I don't know if the parents and shit recording that little boy while he was crying. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm cool on that. But
that's why I recorded.
Why? Because you wanted the video to go viral?
Yeah.
I mean, he already had an autographed Jaylen Brown jersey. What the fuck? What else did you want from that? But again, like I said, man, I played the little places I would mind seeing LeBron go. I do want to play some of these laughs real quick from Stephen A. Smith and some of these other people when it came to where they about the Lakers and their way that they kind of switched their team up real quick because these shits was hilarious. Man, where the people with the white jokes about the Lakers? Because the Lakers, man, hold on, I know Lakers. Where the fuck is my Lakers stuff at? Oh, here we go.
Bro, the comments on this new Laker trio are wild. The Harvard Lakers, the Lake Street Boys, Lake Street's back, all right, looking like Dawson's Creek. The credit score. Okay, he said, can someone explain it to me like I'm a white man? They said Tom Brady added Christian McCaffrey to the backfield. Getting back to the Minneapolis Lakers, the Snowtide Lakers. This one just says the Beatles.
What I do know about the Lakers is, for some reason, they have been solely focused on building the whitest team of all time. I am convinced that the LA Lakers quite possibly are running an underground white supremacy ring where their sole mission is to prove that you can win in the NBA with a team of all whites. They're calling this dude Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's like they were just like, is he white? We'll take him. Now look, this dude's crazy talented. There's a reason he wasn't drafted. He's not getting a single bucket in the NBA. That's a white Janai Broom. This dude is Jonathan Broom. And then they go and sign this guy. What are the Lakers doing with all the whites? Is there any Lakers fans in here? I don't hear anybody else talking about this, bro. If I'm a Lakers fan, I'm walking in there like Riley Reid. Where are the black guys? I didn't come here for all these white guys. I'm in 2026. I need athletes. But I do know.
And my last one is Stephen A. Smith. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith for trying to find him a sack this week. I don't know where he found it at or how he tried to find it, but shout out to Stephen A. Damn, where's Stephen A. at? Oh, maybe I ain't got it. I thought I had it. Yeah, I thought I had it. I ain't got it. But anyway, Stephen A. Smith had a video where he went viral for sitting here saying the Lakers couldn't win with all them white boys. Matter of fact, yeah, did I? What else I had? What else was going on? I'm trying to think what else was going on that I wanted to talk about in sports before we got in there. Who did we miss? I know we missed some trades from
John Morant.
Oh yeah, John Morant going to Portland. Hold on, here goes Stephen A.
I just got to say it, yo. Where the hell the Los Angeles Lakers think they going with a bunch of white dudes? Somebody had to say it, so I'm saying it. Your three top players are white dudes? Really? This ain't golf. This ain't baseball. Hell, it ain't even soccer.
Again, I'm just, it should be just so funny how people just pick and choose when they want to say certain shit like this. Yeah, I mean, y'all kind of know my thoughts and my takes on this. I kind of even told y'all this when it came to even with Caitlin Clark with the Nike shoe. Like, bro, just come on. Like, it's just some shit, just like certain sports and some shit when it just kind of white people like, niggas just gotta be serious. And the Lakers right now is just an unserious team. I don't know who more unserious, the Lakers or the fucking Boston Celtics at this point. And I kind of almost feel like it's Boston. But the Lakers, them two niggas is going head to head this week for who is the most unserious team. But again, like I said, I guess sometimes people just certain shit they just can't you can't hold back. You can't not be. And again, because the conversation was so huge on social media, especially with the Lakers, like that, even with Stephen A coming out saying this, it's kind of not like, damn, this was ballsy of Stephen A to say it. Maybe people feel like it's ballsy because Stephen A been kind of like doing the weird shit with the political stuff. But I mean, this was literally like the biggest. I played just 3 different just random niggas on social media, and you could find millions of people who just doing the recreation, just reading tweets of people sitting here coming up with all the cool, different little stupid white names for the Lakers and then new players. So again, like I said, matter of fact, real quick, again, like you said, Ja Morant is gone to the Portland Trail Blazers. He's traded his jersey. His new number will be number 1. And for people who kind of, again, I've seen some people who felt like, going to Portland is just like a 1 foot, one out the grave. And then I seen some people, matter of fact, who sent me this? I think Lo sent it to me. Yep, here we go.
Nike rep. He was like, he told me probably like 2 weeks ago that Ja was gonna go to Portland. I was like, Portland? Why? He was like, there's some streams.
A Nike guy told you this?
A Nike guy told me this. And
interesting.
Like, why? And it was like they have to figure a way to control him because he makes Nike so much money.
He has the #1 selling shoe, like you said, and it's not even close.
Not even close.
When his shoe drops, it's gone.
Yes. So it was one of those things where like we have to figure a way.
And you know what's so crazy? And you know what's so crazy? No, for sure it's smart. For people who don't know, of course, the Nike factory is in Portland. One of the biggest Nike outlets is in Portland. So to have Ja Morant come and play for the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Portland Trail Blazers is trying to sell their team. So probably just for their owner to kind of, if he's going to sell the Portland Trail Blazers, try to keep it in Portland, because I have heard rumors that they may be trying to move it out of Portland. I think some people just, because I seen some dude in the kind of comment section trying to sit here and say, oh, that's a lie, and niggas dragged him to hell. But again, I think it's just the internet. A lot of people on the internet are misinformed, and sometimes people live in their own bubbles where you may not just be super hip to what's going on in the rest of the world. If you do live under a bubble, I'm telling you this now, Ja Morant has and I'm somebody who go to LA Fitness, and I do one thing I do anytime I go to a LA Fitness, I just go look at all what shoes niggas is wearing. And I'm telling you that Ja Morant got probably arguably the most popular basketball shoe out, period. It ain't even this, not even, I don't even know if it's a close second. That's who? He got too many colorways. Like, I don't know.
He got right now, if you was I would say Ja, Kobe.
Yeah, the Kobe don't count though. Yeah, the Kobe. I mean, the Kobe's don't count. Yeah, LaMelo cool, but LaMelo not a Nike outfit though.
I'm just saying right now. Like, if we just go like top, I would, and then I probably Anthony Edwards probably follow up right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anthony Edwards. But I feel like Anthony Edwards is even a little bit more, not necessarily just a shooting niggas ball. People wear Anthony Edwards outside. So that's why I'm saying. So Anthony Edwards kind of, to me, just kind of don't count. I'm talking about the shit that I see niggas actually just wearing, like playing basketball. And I do see a lot of people wearing Anthony Edwards outside in the street. But I do agree with you. Of course, everybody gonna always wear the Kobe's, and that's why Nike won't never stop putting out the Kobe's. So you see a lot of people wearing the Kobe's. But I'm talking about like actually on the court, people playing basketball in is the Ja Morants, the Kobe's, and I agree with you with the LaMelo balls. And at one point in time, it was one of them pair of James Hardens before Adidas put all their bread in their basket with Anthony Edwards. So I mean, yeah, again, like I said, man, shout outs to them. What's some stuff that was going on TikTok?
Me doing
like let's go TikTok real quick. Erica, do you watch Love Island?
No, I don't watch it.
All right, real quick, I do want to play this clip.
Did you start watching that one?
Who, Love Island?
What was the one you started? It was one of the ones.
I think I watched like maybe one. I think I seen like one episode of Love Island or something. I know them. A lot of them shows is hard. I can't. What's that Love Island?
It was one of them.
Oh no! It was Love Is Blind. Love Is Blind. That's what it was.
It was one of them.
It was Love Is Blind.
You started watching.
Are we all watching the same show? As a producer who's been doing this for over 20 years, I can honestly tell you that the Love Island core villain 4 are the worst kind of friends you can have. Because you don't play favorites when it comes to telling your friends the truth. Why was Parmita the only one brave enough to tell Melanie her situation is toxic?
It's obvious that you like her and you like him, but sometimes feelings and like love is just not enough. It's toxic.
She's a better friend than Anaya, Trinity, and Kater. When Anaya was embarrassed because she wasn't chosen by KC, who didn't disrespect her, by the way, all of her girls, especially Melanie, had her back 100%. And even though Anaya manipulated the whole situation, her girls still listened. They gave her a safe space to vent and they validated her feelings. Man, Melanie spoke so much life into that girl when she was having her unwarranted nervous breakdown. During movie night, Kater wanted that same reaction from her girls after Zach did his Casa Amor escapades.
If she was there, were you gonna pick her? Yes or no?
I swear, obviously I wasn't. The fucking into
So bullshit. Why did I not know that until right now?
Nothing. Sincere had arguably the worst movie night highlight reel in Love Island history, second to Kenzie. And quite honestly, I believe that he ruined the experience for Melanie, Soul, and Amor. And when it was Melanie's turn to have her girls support, though, crickets. The girls didn't shout at Sincere and call him a bitch. Trinity didn't lash out asking one of her hateful ass questions like she did with KC every single time. They shut the fuck up, sat there quietly, and allowed Sincere to talk for like 2 or 3 minutes uninterrupted. And Melanie sat there in her seat and shrunk, feeling unsupported by her girls. And this was actually a valid moment for her girls to crash out. I get it in the beginning when Sincere checked out because back then Melanie was on her Kenzie shit. She was climbing over Sincere, knowing it was him to kiss Corbin, going crazy when Caleb walked in. But she spent the latter half of the show doing a 180 to show this man she was all about him. And when Melanie had a heart-to-heart with Anaya, Anaya was so hypocritical in her grace. Girl, I do want you to forgive Sincere. Melanie is like, why? What the fuck kind of advice is that? This girl literally said, I'm going to always be Team Sincere. Like, huh? Melanie said, I don't trust Sincere. I'm going crazy in here. Trinity and Kater said, oh, girl, go on a date with that man. That's not what Melanie wanted to hear or needed to hear at that moment. She needed the truth. And the same energy she gave Anaya after the recoupling, Anaya should have gave to her. And this is why they say real recognize real. Because Corbin and Parmita kept it a buck and was the only ones who had the balls enough to call Sincere out on his bullshit. Parmita is a far better friend than any of those other girls who's been around her all summer. And I'm glad Melanie clocked that at the recoupling.
I think honestly she's just saying it out of care for me. That's what like a good friend would tell me.
The reason Anaya could never be a good friend to Melanie is because not only did she never like KC, but she ultimately always wanted to be with Sincere ever since she stood behind his door. KC wasn't even her second or third choice. Even after Sincere went behind Anaya's back and said that KC looks happier with TT, Anaya still Team Sincere. And the reason we go so hard for KC is because there's a blatant bias with colorism and the villainization of the only dark-skinned man on that show. If KC sat up in that confessional and said, man, Soul got that beautiful light skin and those hazel eyes, there would be an uproar. Because as dark-skinned black men in America, we understand there's a double standard and we aren't afforded those same freedoms.
He is tall, caramel skin, curly hair, pretty hazel eyes. He's everything a girl wants, for real. He is fine as fuck.
And the way the villain 4 pandered to protect Sincere and the other boys, it's frustrating to watch. To see how cutthroat Gall was and the way he gaslit Jen. And not a peep from the girls. How Zach omitted a whole connection with the Angel Wing chick. Nothing from the villain 4. And the producers know exactly what they're doing when they don't focus on any of these things because they know exactly who they want to win. The producer also know it'll spark tons of controversy and debates like this video. But it only helps the Love Island franchise because even if people are hating, they're still watching. They know what they're doing when they edit Meg Thee Stallion lashing out at KC and complimenting every girl but TT. When they purposely leave out KC and TT's breakfast or bed scene. Or when Disney only talks negatively about KC. Aren't they supposed to be a neutral party? They paint the picture and they give you the product that they want America to buy. And they've been selling the same tight-ass narrative for years. I mean, this is still Trump's America, right? Everybody, y'all go and enjoy your day and do what this country does best. Shoot your pew-pews, eat some barbecue, light some fireworks, and get your rockets and bombs bursting in the air. Happy 4th. Are we all watching?
Real quick, it was one other Joan. Oh, here we go. It was one more Love Island joke. Because I know I don't watch it, so I just wanted to give. I know it is still a huge TV show that people watch, so I kind of didn't want to just go. And it's so crazy where, real quick, I do feel sometimes a little bit sorry for the WNBA because it's like, a lot of women that normally like, because I watch a lot of, just content on social media, and a lot of women who normally like WNBA content heavy, man, that Love Island kind of just puts you in a different chokehold and it gets you a different amount of, and I understand, especially for people who are content create and you making this shit, like you make content and make money off of it, and this is your job, your livelihood, and you getting, you're getting way more easier conversations. It's like, you kind of like, and I'm gonna make my Love Island content, and I holler the WNBA after Love Island go off. I do feel for the WNBA for that one because like women still gonna be women. So that shit where it's like, I love like, yeah, I'm gonna watch some of these WNBA games, but this other just natural shit that just kind of get women by their heartstrings, it'll just be a little bit different.
Love Island is the best show to watch when I want to turn my brain off, but it's also the best show to watch when I want to turn my brain on. Today we're talking about Casey and the irreparable damage that men like him have to women, Black women specifically, and the Black community. Let's talk about it. If you're new here, my name is Nicole. I love to analyze everything, including but not limited to reality TV. Our story begins with a door, but we're not starting there. We're starting with a speech. Men like Casey love to say that they love and respect women, especially Black women, who we all know are the most disrespected group ever. So initially, Casey's speech may have seemed heartwarming and nice, but under the surface, it was a whole bunch of nothing. I remember watching him say these things to Anaya and kind of looking at him sideways a little bit. But I was like, you know what? We never get conversations around race on reality TV. Let me just be grateful for what I can get. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you should never, ever lower your standards. What really made me look at the speech sideways was when he said, when I think of a Black woman, I think of you. I was just like, what? Like, yes, 1 + 1 = 2. I am Black woman. When you think of that, you think of me. Like, hello? But let's not get into semantics because it wasn't about specifically what he said. For me, it was about the fact that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not remember Anaya really ever expressing insecurity when it came to being Black. So to me, it just felt like Casey was automatically assuming that because Anaya is a Black woman, she has to be insecure. I know he said like he grew up around sisters and they were insecure around things like that. And so like, I get where he was coming from, but also don't like project that insecurity onto someone else. Casey loves to say he poured into Anaya. He gave her speeches like that. He gave her reassurance when they were having issues in their couple. Yes, my girl Anaya was bugging when it came to Soul. And I do understand how that could have been frustrating for Casey. But the thing is, when you really like someone and when you will eventually love someone, you don't ever do something kind for someone and then throw it back in their face. Casey also seems to think that Anaya owes him something. And as someone who has been in a situation like that before, women don't owe you anything. To think that you have a claim over somebody's body and their bodily autonomy is genuinely terrifying to me.
All right, real quick, that's enough Love Island for me. Real quick, I do want to sit here and ask you a question because I seen this conversation via TikTok, but I wonder where maybe we're a little bit too old to kind of relate to this one because it was a girl who made a video and basically sitting here saying, stop giving men your social media accounts. And I guess basically like, hey, like that's something I guess the younger people do when they meet people now, instead of asking for their number, like, hey, what's your IG or your TikTok or your Snapchat? She was like, when she stopped giving out dudes her Instagram, she got dudes to take her out on more dates. So I want to play it a little bit, but I kind of want to throw it out there and wonder, do you feel like that's just some young people shit?
I feel like it is.
Yeah, because I'm like, I ain't never got somebody. I mean, realistically, for me, most of the time, if I'm dating somebody, probably in the last 10 years, 9 times out of 10, is because I met them via social media. So I don't feel like it's just some like, because I got your Instagram now, I'm about to stop trying to see you. But I mean, I guess some people do feel like they check on people by just like, all right, I just watch your social media. So that's how I kind of like keep up with what you got going on.
Well, no, because like I don't post on mine like that. So that wouldn't be something I would give out.
So I watched this girl's video about how she stopped giving men her social media accounts when they're like in the courting stage. Like when they meet, she gives them their number and then goes from there. So then for me, I started doing the same thing. I stopped giving them my Instagram and just started giving them my number and, text, talk on the phone, have a couple conversations. And what I've learned is like when men don't have access to your social media accounts, they want to see you. they wanna go on dates. They do. They go on dates. They ask you out. They like position themselves to be in the right place at the right time so they can see you. Like, yeah, I think that's the key. So I had gave this guy my number, Instagram. We still don't share Instagram. I actually found his Instagram and blocked him, so he could not have access to my Instagram. We've been on like 3 dates. I don't know, sisters. I think this is the summer. I think this is summer we not giving out our Instagrams. And I said that before, but for real, if you want a man this summer, like if you really want to take dating serious this summer, men do not need to have access to your social media accounts. Like beyond anything that the girl was saying in the video, I'll have to find the video and tag it below. But beyond just that, I think it creates a false sense of like them knowing you. They don't know you. They don't really have to show up and, ask you questions. And no, you need to be talking to me on the phone, texting me, coming to see me, taking me out. We need to actually build a relationship. Because all of that Instagram, I don't want you to send me no post on Instagram. My mama sent me enough. Okay, let's go out. We can talk about it on the date. You can actually show me the video that you wanted to send me on the date. How about that? So I don't know about y'all, but that's what y'all need to do. Stop giving them boys your Instagram and get them that number. And if he want to see you, if he really is interested in courting you, he will take you out.
So it was a huge argument of women on social media where people was saying it's just the age gap thing, because I seen women like, well, I'm 40-some years old, I don't deal with this shit. But then there was some people were like, well, I'm 40 and that's just how people sit here and respond today. And I'm like, I don't know if people in their 40s talk like that. Like, I can't be me imagining me meeting somebody outside and be like, hey, can I get your Instagram? Like, I feel like that's just some kid shit. Like, I'm not asking.
Man, it is. I get the stance on it. Like I said, if I ask you Instagram, I get to see how you move. Me having your number, me texting you can have a whole different, you can have a whole boyfriend or situation. You see that on the Instagram.
I guess, but I still.
Well, we talked about it before. You mentioned it before. Like you say, like your Instagram is your card, like your calling card or whatever, so people can see what your life is about.
I mean, I guess. Did y'all see the back and forth between Saucy Santana and
Shit, fucking good.
He was like, I'm not 6'6". I'm 6 figures. What that mean? I don't know what that means. I got 8.
Oh, you big body
bitch. Daddy, you need to go.
You said what?
I thought you talking about the Orlando Brown.
Nuh-uh. I'm talking about Saucy Santana and Ben the Don and his dad.
I thought you were talking about the Orlando Brown and Saucy Santana.
Oh, no, I ain't see that.
With Ray J and all them?
What happened with them?
They supposed to be fighting. You ain't. I thought that's what I thought. I thought I was saying that shit.
Oh no. I'm talking about this young with Ben the Don father, funny as shit though. Oh my god.
He was like, I'm not 6'6". I'm 6 figures. What that mean? I don't know what that means. I got 8. You a big body bitch. Daddy, you need to go. All right, Daddy, please, for real. Now you make it work for real. I ain't no hold on. Stop calling me. Why don't you fight him, bro? Shut up. You go do something athletic. Man.
Man, I was trying to get the
Daddy.
Damn, Ben panic.
You just keep like I can't even do my damn thing because you adding stuff in, make it worse. I don't want to talk about none of that shit no more. You worse than him. I know, but you don't think that's. But why stop talk about it? I'm doing my job. I don't come to your job and talk and be on your phone. You say, stay at my job. This is my job. We had our stream yesterday. Let me do my thing. Please. Respect it. I still apologize for Saucy. I know. You can apologize to Saucy. You want to apologize to him? I don't want no motherfucking trouble, man. We don't none of us want no trouble except act, Daddy. Leave him alone. I said I wish I was his size so I could win to the league. I said he wasted it. That's it. And if they mad at me, then be mad. But that's it. All right, that person. That's it. Go back and watch the video. I said he was funny, and I think this funny too. All that shit. I'm not homophobic, but I think that's funny. It is what it is. I'm not finna fight you, link up, but you do not. I don't hate. You win, big bro. You win. I hope y'all had a great month. That's it. Let me get back to my business, man. My daddy said sorry. He don't want. He here too. He got muscle, but we ain't. We want to smoke. Yeah, and it was a 3. It literally was a 3-minute thing. I was showing you because I was like, I wish I was as big as you. That's it. Don't try to sit there and act like we were just sitting there just looking up, y'all. That wasn't what the fuck was going on. We was looking up fine shit the whole rest of this. Eddie, you making it worse. Stop adding little shit in. Come on, some no homo. Sorry, big bro. Let me get back to my gambling. I said I would. Man.
Hit us up. Let's collab.
He said you got to pay a bit. Then, all right, it's time for you to go over there. Drake daughter. He said Drake daughter. They like, oh, Drake daughter, so funny. Good one. I said good one. That don't do nothing. Like it. That don't do shit to me.
Look at the shit these pussy ass niggas do. But he was just like, fuck it. And then he started shaking his titties. Oh, he on live right now. Check him out. Check, we gotta go watch. I'm gonna show my daddy. Look at this. I just told you, man. Oh, man. Come on. Y'all wanna get you. That nigga got a bust down in your highlights from the battle. Who's the mother? Will they do me? That's him. All right, Chad. We like 6'6". We need matches. The thing is, bitch, I ain't 6 nothing. I'm 6 figures if any motherfucking thing. Bitch, you Drake daughter. Don't use me for your content. I don't play with y'all. Screaming niggas don't play with me, bitch. I don't know why y'all screaming niggas keep adding me up. Why y'all live and shit, bitch? Pay a bitch to come see your stream. You sit with your motherfucking daddy looking at me. Show your daddy a nice young lady or something. You and your daddy should be going over women. You should be showing him women. You and your daddy sitting looking at motherfucking me. Bitch, is you cool? I know your mama probably side-eyeing the fuck out of you. Look at this shit. Why the fuck is 2 grown motherfucking men on live looking up a bearded bad bitch in a motherfucking wig? Y'all supposed to be doing daddy, son bonding. Looking up some bad bitches, some nice gals to make your motherfucking wife. I can't be your wife, fuck nigga. That's one too many Twitch bitches for motherfucking me trolling. Stop trolling me. I ain't no bitch to play with. All the niggas I respect that even reached out to try to collab was motherfucking Deshay and motherfucking Black Boy Max. The rest of y'all niggas stop motherfucking playing with me, bitch. This ain't that. It was another one of them niggas begging me too. I forgot his name. He turned troll. Some dark skin nigga with all these jail stories. But y'all niggas stop motherfucking playing with me. Y'all niggas really want to be down because y'all see who the motherfucking culture. Y'all still bring the motherfucking views. Y'all.
All I'm just saying is, but you gotta be careful with playing with Saucy Santana because the first time Saucy Santana actually beat one of y'all niggas up, you are never gonna be able to come back on the internet ever again. The first nigga to get beat up by Saucy Santana, unless you are an openly gay man already, you're never going to be able to get on social media ever again in life if Saucy Santana actually put her hands on one of you niggas. Because he don't got nothing to lose. If he lose a fight, cool, nobody gonna give a fuck. But if Saucy Santana actually beat one of y'all niggas' ass, oh my, you're never going to be able to do nothing via social media. And you may never even be able to get a regular job again unless it's an office job where motherfuckers don't know shit about what's going on black social media.
Even if it was like a one-hitter.
Look, nigga, you cannot get beat up by Saucy Santana. I don't give a fuck which way you trying to explain this one. No, you cannot. As a straight man, you cannot be the first nigga that Saucy Santana beat up via social media. And they get to see it on camera. Like if niggas can constantly watch it and play it back and you get knocked out by Saucy, no, you can't do it. It's over for you. Real quick, because I forgot to play this Drewski joke earlier, man. This nigga is funny as shit. And this is, okay, real quick, I know what I meant to play this earlier when we talked about it. Because again, a lot of people was giving Drewski slack on saying they felt like he didn't do a good job at the BET Awards. One, I think, but again, because we was watching it on mute, so I really don't have no real opinion on how he was giving it up. But I think one thing I can sit here and say is I think it's way harder to do 2 different things. I think Drewski can be extremely funny when he takes time to create these YouTube shows, because I do want to play this clip of this jump with him and his girl being the baby mama, baby daddy shit. Man, oh my God, this shit is hilarious. And I think he can be funny at the skits. I think realistically the skits that he did at the BET Awards didn't hit as hard because he's just recreating shit that we already seen. I think that's all it was, because if this was the first time you ever seen the BBL jump, I think that shit would have been funny. But because it's not the first time you ever seen it, it just wasn't funny because you already seen it before. Even when he redid the skit when he acts like a pastor, you already seen it. So of course it's not gonna be as funny. And you're not gonna get the crowd to go as crazy like you did the first time when people actually first seen it for the first time. But again, that's BET. I'm sure they paid them, so of course they want to recreate some of that shit so they can have it on their own platforms. But again, the reason why BET got it is for the numbers. And guess what it did? They sit here and put out the numbers, the most watched BET Awards. I want to say, and they said in like the last 10 years or something. I forgot, whatever. It was a long time. This was, I want to say, the most watched awards. Damn near, if it wasn't 10 years, it may have been like since 2018. I can't remember the exact time frame they said, but they put the emphasis out on it to let you know that was the reason why they bought Drewski, because Drewski was going to bring the views. But again, I don't think that's just not who he is. He's not somebody who just like, and I think he can get there if he want to get there, but that's just not what he's known for. He's not known for hosting award shows. And I think, again, he's still young, hosting the BET Awards. I'm sure you're probably super nervous. You're super excited. He bought his mom, he bought his grandma. I can imagine being a kid watching the BET Awards. Fuck being a kid. Anybody, if you watch it, if you grew up watching the BET Awards or grew up just watching BET in general, you're going to be nervous if BET asks you to do any fucking thing. So again, like I said, shout out to Drewski, because what his pocket is what none of you niggas can fuck with him, period.
Oh, sir, I get these two right here.
What you grabbing them for?
What you mean?
Your ain't that big.
Who said who?
You need a small.
You must have seen this on her.
Do y'all need a small?
You ain't seen these on her. No,
y'all got these
I don't need no. So keep that just the way it's at.
You need an extra small. Put that shit back. You know your peanut ass don't need that shit. Y'all like a nigga that's gonna pay for shit.
Bitches, you crazy?
I gotta hold you from behind.
Let me grab a roach spray. Try to get rid of some rodents in the house. Yeah, you can scan that as well.
What's that for?
I'll tell you later.
What's that for?
I'm finna.
We ain't got no roaches.
Just know I'm finna use it on somebody.
This is a new house. Where we get bugs from?
Hey, girl, back the fuck up. What you doing, man?
I like it with a nigga pay for shit. Come on, baby. Pay for it.
It's a 50-50 relationship with me. I don't just buy everything. I'm gonna let you know that now.
We're gonna split shit 50-50. You get your own place, I get my own place.
If your weight is over mine, you tricking on me.
Man, 50-50 these nuts.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. What the f? Did you just kick off your shoe?
Look at you being a daddy of the year.
Yeah. Just doing what I gotta do.
I just want
Bitch,
to
you
know
a fucking lie. Bitch, you ain't did shit for 7. This bitch ain't changed not one diaper, not a onesie, ain't made not a bottle. Stop dropping like you a YN.
No,
Hell, you chose the car that was fucking the cheapest thing on the lot.
This is shut your ass up. Get one
No.
Come on. Now you ain't doing all that. See? Stop doing that. Shit. Damn. Yeah.
Bro, this shit is funny.
Is it a series or just
it's a series. Like,
Oh,
you know how he do the little TV shows, like he got the Could Have Been records and all that. He did this joint is what's this shit called, Baby Daddy?
Sir, listen to me. Yeah, I got the GPS on it. You're not listening to me. You taking us to the house?
Yes.
House. Oh, y'all don't understand me. What the fuck? Translate. Hey Siri, do you know where you going?
No.
Bro, what the f? But I know what the hell he not answering his phone, nigga.
You hear that face like that, don't you?
Please leave your message.
Why the fuck is he not answering?
You don't know nothing about the Ying twins, little nigga. They said, chaka, call that bitch Bojanga. Young niggas don't know shit. Yo.
You got me driving people that don't understand me. Where are we going?
I sent you the address to the house.
He don't understand me.
They don't speak no English? No, what the f*** you doing riding with a bunch of Mexicans in a U-Haul truck? Of course they don't speak English. Duh. Every girl talking about, I won't be put up. And then you do this bullshit.
Bro, you finna piss me off, bro.
And I'm tired of this motherfucker wheezing too, man.
She got it from your fat ass.
You got ass a big ass.
Bye.
Again, this shit called Baby Daddy. It's on Drewski YouTube. You can go to his Could Have Been records page on his Instagram, and these clips is fucking funny. Again, like I said, I think this is what Drewski does at a high elite level. I don't give a fuck what nobody say and say. Like, I like a lot. Y'all know I fuck with Mojo Brooks. And it's not too many niggas who can sit here and do what some of these people do. I think a lot of people who be super critical and judgmental on one thing that he may not do good. And I think that's just because niggas be hating. Like, you was waiting for the first thing that you felt like Drewski hasn't done good because he been batting at 100 with all this other shit. Like, I'm cool. I don't give a fuck if he never hosts the BET Awards again. But this shit right here is fucking hilarious, though. I don't give a goddamn what y'all talking about. Matter of fact, shout out to the couple real quick foot in New York City who sit here and climbed up on, what was it, the Empire State Building to sit here and do a proposal. I believe they are a daredevil couple.
This morning, new details emerging about the proposal at 1,400 feet that captivated the country.
two geniuses climbed to the top of the Empire State Building, the top of the spire.
The Daredevils, now identified as Angela Nicolau and Ivan Kunetsov, the Russian couple seen here being transferred from a New York police station last night after their arrest. Without any type of safety equipment, they climbed to the top of the spire and unfurled a banner that read, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." Then they descended to a lower platform where Kunetsov dropped to his knee and proposed.
And now they're kissing. So, to share this with you, as bizarre a New York City moment as I've ever seen.
The couple posting photos of the engagement ring with a one-of-a-kind background. They're already famous for their romantic photo shoots atop skyscrapers. But now, important questions are being raised. How did they pull off this stunning security breach at a time when law enforcement in New York is on heightened alert for the July 4th holiday? The couple somehow gained access to a door leading up to the spire, which is typically locked.
They didn't just stumble upon that hatch. There was what we would call pre-observational surveillance. Someone cased the joint, if you will, to find those accesses.
Police rushing in, closing streets, and ordering the observation deck evacuated. While back on the spire, specially trained officers with helmets and harnesses met the couple on their descent, bringing the incident to a close.
You can't be up here.
Yeah, I'm okay. Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Again, shout out to New York City. It was a lot of love in the air because, of course, Taylor Swift and Travis Scott also got engaged this week. Not engaged. I apologize. They got married at Madison Square Garden. And people was upset about that one. Matter of fact, because we didn't get a chance to sit here and talk about this on because again we was recording with the BET Awards. So we're talking about the BET Awards. So shout out to Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson won for the BET Awards. A female athlete of the year. Of course, for the last 3 years, Angel Reese has won it. So this is the first one that somebody else won outside of Angel Reese. And I think realistically, even for Carissa Shields, maybe you're just not familiar with Asia Wilson's game because Asia Wilson isn't, of course, as popular as Angel Reese, but we talking about skill set because one of your questions was last year when Angel Reese won was, how did she win? Because of course she didn't win anything last year during the season. Well, that was your pushback for Angel Reese, and I believe realistically, if you follow the WNBA, you know for a fact you cannot have that type of pushback for Asia Wilson because Asia Wilson won the Finals MVP, she won MVP of the regular season, Defensive Player of the Year, and she also led the league in scoring. So again, when you sit here saying like, though she damn near won everything. She almost did a clean sweep. What was the only award that she didn't win? She won Finals MVP, MVP of the league, Defensive Player of the Year. Shit, I want to say that was it. It was everything. She damn near did a queen sweep. And you talking about she a 4-time MVP. She won 3. She won 3 championships. I don't think realistically, maybe Carissa Shields and Pat Poose is just not familiar with Asia Wilson's game. I think Pat Poose is a fucking idiot for even tweeting that out. I think you should have just did your homework. And realistically, even still, the WNBA.
I don't fuck about boxing.
Not even just that. I just think I don't think people don't care about women's boxing like that. And I ain't want to say that, but yes. Nigga, what you gotta say? Because you can't say people don't give a fuck about boxing and fucking Mike Tyson is on every fucking t-shirt, any t-shirt company in the world.
But that's about how long I'm talking right now.
Niggas still give a fuck about Gervonta Davis. Nigga, Gervonta Davis is still one of the most popular athletes, period. He just ain't boxing right now, and he just got a bunch of other shit going on in his name. But if Tank was to go fight somebody today or tomorrow, niggas is gonna watch it. You can't sit here and say niggas don't care about boxing because fucking every time Jake Paul fights somebody with a decent name, that shit fucking do crazy numbers on Netflix. I hear what you're saying. I just think realistically the better thing to sit here and just say, and the honest thing to say is niggas just don't watch women's boxing. Carissa Shields is, again, we said this a million times, Carissa Shields is only popular for just the dating shit. And you can't sit here, you can't, there's no way in hell you sit here and think, and this is the difference between, just for Carissa Shields, just the difference between is just the 2 women you done lost this award to last year. Nigga, Asia Wilson and Angel Reese, their men that they date, and also NBA athletes, them niggas are more popular for dating these women than they are for them, than the women are for dating these men. Where in your situation is you're more popular because you date Pat Poose, a nigga who's realistically a Z-list artist. So like you can't, I don't even know why you even think you should be in a conversation with it. You should just be happy that you nominated, because realistically, if your name wasn't attached to a bunch of bullshit in the blogs, your name probably wouldn't even get nominated for these awards. Because if we just being honest, you're talking about household names for, especially for that women's category, is women's tennis, and then it's fucking WNBA shit. Like, it ain't like, come on, dog, let's be serious. But I do want to play Funky Diva. I told y'all this is one of the reasons why sometimes, like, I kind of just pause. No, Diddy, you kind of wish you was gay because you can only a gay man can read a woman like this.
This is hard to like. She's hard to like. And I'm not sure if her likability was a factor in her getting the award or not, but I can confidently say the reason why the general public does not share your same disappointment or outrage for Clarissa Shields not winning is because the vast majority of us don't care what she wins or what she doesn't win because she's just not likable, okay? And in this life, and this is a lesson for all of y'all, because what Clarissa Shields is going through with these BET Awards is an example of something that I went through in college. And I learned this lesson the very hard way, and it hurt my feelings. Being liked will get you far more further than being qualified. Being liked will get you further than being qualified. Being liked will get you further than being qualified. People will move mountains for people that they like. People will adjust job descriptions and requirements for people that they like. People will overlook transgressions for people that they like. Clarissa Shields is hard to like, Papoose. She's hard to like. Now, my mama told me never tear nobody down without extending the hand to lift them up. I'm finna give you the key. Now, whether you choose to take it and unlock the door, that's up to you and Clarissa. The reason that Clarissa Shields is hard to like is because she's in that category of celebrities that I call people we should not know personally. There's a small group of celebrities that we should not know personally. We should only know them for their art, for their craft. Clarissa is one of those. We don't need to know her personally because everything she's shown us personally is off-putting. The only
again, and he's taking it personal. I just personally just think really, I just think, but again, I still think just in this situation for this year, you just lost to somebody who's constantly kept winning at the highest fucking level of her sport. And again, even when you're talking about just go ahead,
because even if Sha'Carri Richardson, I don't know if I say, I just think, like I said, like I said, boxing is not a popular sport. I think everybody else more. It's like I said, we talking about women athletes and the women. They're going more fan favorite. Coco, what's the tennis?
Coco
Golf. Like I said, they're going to win it before you because, like I said, those sports are more popular than it is boxing.
No, for sure. But I'm just saying, even for last year, for her excuse, because I mean, of course, Angel Reese was on a bad team last year, so of course that could have been her excuse for last year. But this year, Asia Wilson has actually won. You won the MVP, Finals MVP, won the championship, won the Defensive Player of the Year. She literally won every fucking award last year that it was to win. And guess what? She got her own fucking signature Nike. What the fuck are we talking about? And like, real quick, just before we get into something else, shout out to Angel Reese. The doll hasn't came out yet, but somebody at a Ohio Target already, they took them off the shelf, I guess, after people started to buy them and it wasn't supposed to be on sale yet. But Angel Reese has officially got her own Barbie with Mattel. It was like, again, somebody posted it on Threads and people had to check and see if it was an AI jump. I think they went on the website and the doll, they got the doll on the website, but you can't purchase the doll yet. So I'm sure because they want to do a official rollout and make it a big deal over it. So it wasn't supposed to be out yet, but again, it was a Target, Ohio. And I guess somebody who live in Ohio and they was on Threads and they see because they seen it and they was in the store. They posted a picture of it and was like, hey, is this real? And then I guess by the time they, after they bought it or they were trying to buy it, they already took it back off the shelves because it wasn't supposed to be out on the shelf yet. So again, shout out to Angel Reese for getting her own Barbie from Mattel. Real quick, because there was a topic about, and this topic is kind of a nasty topic that's going around about just, I guess, age appropriation when it comes to Northwest, because a lot of people sit here and try to be like, oh, she's growing up so fast. And some people, that shit rub people the wrong way.
So people are apparently upset with the rapper Gunna because at one of the fashion shows that happened recently, Kim and Kanye's daughter Northwest apparently tried to approach him at some point and he just blew her off and didn't acknowledge her. And I'm confused as to what y'all are upset about because in my opinion, he responded in the exact way that an adult should respond when approached by a child at an adult event. I need y'all to come to the realization that just because she comes from famous parents doesn't suddenly magically make her anything other than what she is, which is a 13-year-old little girl. How are y'all expecting these adults to respond? I don't find it weird that he didn't acknowledge her. What I find weird are the adults who be all up in her face. What I do find weird are these adults who seem to be so enamored by her. What I do find weird are the adults who act like they're her biggest fan, who want to be within close proximity to her, who act like they want to be her bestie. These are not her peers. These are not her equals. These are grown adults who are attending an adult event who are then being approached by a 13-year-old child who is seemingly unsupervised. And what really gets me is she's only a few years younger than Kylie Jenner was when she ended up dating a grown-ass man. So that's why I find it to be complete bullshit when people want to act like this family is completely unaware of what stuff like this can lead to, as if they're not aware of the importance of keeping an eye on the minors in this family to ensure they're not being taken advantage of by weird-ass adults who want to be in their face and be close to them because they've experienced it in the past. I unfortunately feel like what's going on with Northwest is by design. Her life is set up the exact way it was designed to be set up. Because while I'm a full believer in allowing children to express themselves and to try out different styles and even try out different hairstyles or different hair colors, you were either incredibly naive or just being flat out disingenuous if you're going to sit here and pretend as though Northwest is not allowed to toe the line and at times cross the line when it comes to trying to appear as though she's older than what she really is. You can be seen or emo or alternative and try out different styles without mimicking the grown women that we see on social media. You can try out different styles and express yourself without going from looking like you're actually 13 years old to being able to pass for like 17. And people want to pull this bullshit all the time of like, oh no, you're the issue because you're sexualizing a child. I'm not sexualizing a child, but I guarantee you that there are weird ass adults out there who are sexualizing her and nobody's watching over her to ensure that she's not going to be taken advantage of. Because regardless of how mature you may think your child is, regardless of how much more mature you treat your child, they're still a child with an underdeveloped brain. They need trusted, safe adults around them to ensure that they are not being preyed upon. It's weird. It's very strange. She didn't need to be at the event in the first place, and she definitely doesn't need to be approaching random grown-ass men. I don't care if they're celebrities or not. The same way random grown-ass men don't need to be approaching her. Where are the friends that are her age? Why is she not at home having sleepovers with the girls that are the same age as her? And this is why I always find it crazy when even just like regular everyday parents are like, yeah, I let my 10, 11, 12-year-old pierce their nose and pierce this and pierce that and do this and do that. Because it's like y'all leave y'all's kids nothing to look forward to when they get older. Y'all let y'all's kids experience and do everything at such early ages to the point that by the time they're 15, 16 years old, they're bored. They've done everything. They've experienced everything. Everything that they were supposed to look forward to when they turned 18 or when they turned 21, they've already done at 12, 13, 14 years old. And I can tell you that from personal experience. I had piercings super young. I was allowed to start drinking and stuff super young. And things eventually escalated very fast by the time I was 16, 17 years old because I had already done everything. And while no, I don't necessarily feel like the piercings are real, I do think that at least some of them are just like glued on or magnetized. I just don't see the point in having your 13-year-old dressed in the exact same outfits as grown women on social media with either real or fake piercings, walking around an adult event approaching grown-ups. You cannot tell me that you're allowing your 13-year-old to do stuff like that with good intentions. That family is never beating the we pimp out the minor girls in this family allegations. They're never beating them. They're never beating them. So people are apparently upset with the...
So again, and of course, I'm sure most people may have seen at this point, there's a viral video of Gunna doing a meet and greet, and a dude did, and again, I think that's just something for men. Men kind of really just don't know what to do with their hands when they take pictures and in videos and stuff like that. That's like a running joke that people be like, men just don't know what to do with their hands. So I think two things can be true. I do think realistically, I'm not mad at Gunna for because he grown. Why I don't want to be, I don't want to take no wild, crazy pictures with no fucking kid, period. And especially not this kid where it can either be blown out of a situation where people can make it seem like it's something else because it's like, I'm cool, dog. Like, I don't want to fucking take no picture with no little ass kid. And 13 is a little ass kid. Like, why do I want to take a picture of her? Have y'all seen Gunna girlfriend? The fuck am I don't need this little ass girl around me, period. I got this grown ass woman beside me. Why do I want to see and take a picture with this little ass girl? Why do I even need to pay her any attention? I'm not doing no music with her dad. So what the fuck do I care about being around them for? So I think sometimes people just be a little bit delusional, and I do agree with everything that this woman said. Like, I think sometimes parents allow their kids to grow up too fast, and then you don't have nothing to look forward to when you're 16 and 17, and now you 16 and 17, you trying to do shit that adults did, because when you were 13, you was doing shit that you probably should have waited a couple, 3 or 4 more years to be able to do. So now you didn't kind of skip the purposes because you didn't skip age groups or steps of stuff that you got going on. So now, again, when you're 16, 17, you're trying to do shit that 21 years old do. So again, I ain't mad at Gunna, and I like this lady breakdown, because I do feel like sometimes people be trying to just do too much for, like, and even I seen people sitting here saying that. I seen people get mad when I seen people in the comment section on Threads when they posted a picture of Blue Ivy and Jay-Z, and motherfuckers was like, damn, she looks so grown and this, that, and the third. And I'm talking, I don't know who said that, man. They dragged this woman or man to hell, whoever said Blue Ivy looked like she was getting grown, because some people don't like that shit. Like, I know that's a huge conversation on social media where people like, they hate that black kids, especially black teenagers, everybody always quick to sit here and say, oh, they look grown and this, that, and the third. Like, no, they look like a fucking 15-year-old or 14 or 16, however old they are. They don't look grown. They look like kids. Like, what the fuck? Like, relax. I do think sometimes with the Northwest shit, I'm sure we have all seen, because that was a huge conversation before, sometimes her outfits be just a little too much. Like, why the fuck do a 13-year-old got on a bustier or shit like that? Like, come on, dog, y'all doing too much. So again, like I said, shout out to this woman. I ain't mad at that talking point. Oh man, I feel like I don't even want to go Lil Wayne. What time? We 3:33. I don't want to make it too long so the junk can upload the right way. So again, like I said, like, share, and subscribe each and every Tuesday right back here, Bulture Podcast. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And again, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. We'll be right back here next Tuesday. I'll holler at y'all later.